Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing good today. How was your week? I'm feeling a bit tired, to be honest. If I'm being honest, I almost fell asleep before the stream. I almost fell asleep before starting stream. Like, I watched the episode of Free Ren, and it was really good. But then I went and I was getting sleepy eyes, so I just moved my desk up and I said, I'm gonna start streaming now. If I don't, I'm gonna fall asleep. So that's why we started a bit early. Not too much, but we started a bit early. But welcome in, Metallics. Thanks for the first. Welcome in, Reed Chew to you. And welcome in, Couch and Overlord. I hope you guys are doing good. My brain cells are dying, and you guys are gonna understand why. So let me find the post. What is this one? I just want to see. Okay. So I have something I want to show you guys, and you might understand why my brain cells are dying. So let me do the browser capture. Browser, where is it? Where is the browser capture? I made the mistake of going on Reddit during my lunch break. Yeah, it is the Reddit post. The guy added some on top of it. This is this one. So this. Okay. So the post was about what are some of the most insane support card for an archetype that isn't Marta or Circular that was ever released. Here are some I take of immediately. And the first picture that was there is Vampire Ghost, which, if we're honest with ourselves, is one of the craziest support an archetype can get. Like, it is insane how big of a support it is. Can we show? Yeah, this is this one. Like, he talks about Vampire Ghost. There's like other there, but Vampire Ghost, the first one. Yeah, it is a definition of amazing support. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's only on normal. Why couldn't they make it on normal or special summon? If they did that, this card would be completely insane. Like, revive this from grave, get the effect, cycle, do everything. The only problem is that it is only on normal summon. So that is a problem, I would say. But other than that, like, it's pretty insane of a card. And the guy starts, okay? I don't know what kind of vampire he's played, but it's not the same time as me. We can all agree about that. So he starts. No, Vampire Ghost sucks. It's worse than normal summoning Mezuki. It's a turn 3 cards, which I don't understand. How normal summoning a monster that does literally nothing on your field is better than summoning a monster that gets you a search, sends a monster that you want in the grave to the grave, and sends another monster that you want in the grave to the grave. Then start your combo and give you another normal. I do not understand. This guy's cooking something that I don't understand. But okay, we can go past the first sentence. Volve, I don't know what he means by that. I think he means Voivode, but I'm not sure. Crimson Vampire, almost no one uses, so that's already that. And Fraulein is like super outdated IMO, so there's already like the 3 best vampire that he says are some of the worst one. Like Voivode, I'm thinking of cutting out of my deck most of the time. Because it's a brick, it's a level 8, it does nothing unless like you are already winning. Like, the best are Scarlet Scourge, Grace, and Shadow Vampire. With Vampire Ghost, and the small one. Those are the best by far. That's because they all counteract the Kamikaze effect of Duke, Grace, and the Suicidal Xyz monster. Which I don't understand which Suicidal Xyz monster he's talking about. But like, the life point don't matter in the deck. Literally, life point do not matter until you're on your final life point. If you still have HP, you are not out of the game. So paying life point, it's fine. That's literally the mentality of like a new player that's like, remember the days when Solemn Judgment came out and people were like, we aren't gonna play Solemn Judgment because we pay half our life point, that's way too much of a commitment. And now everyone is playing it because it is just an insane card. Who cares if you lose half your life point? Your opponent can play the game. So like, that's the point there. You don't care about losing life point. As long as you don't die from the life point losing, you're fine. Then he calls about the two best cards for vampire aren't even vampires cards, which the first one like completely surprises me. The guy refers to Fluenderies and the Unexplored Wind as a vampire, as a card that can be used in vampire. I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen anyone use Unexplored Wind in vampires. Not even in the random list on YGO Pro deck list or something that someone makes like in the just to try something. Never have I seen this card. Because do you want to know why? It can tribute summon that requires 2 tribute by sending a monster you control and 1 card your opponent control. So this only works on Voivode and Vampire Vamp, because those are the only 2 that requires 2 tribute in vampires. So you are going to run a brick that does nothing for your deck, is unsearchable, and only works with 2 cards that most of the time you only run 1 of the 2 at 1. So I don't understand why he gets that this card is one of the best cards for vampires. And why would you want this when Vampire Sucker does literally the same? Like, there's a line in Vampire Sucker, let's search it. Like, there is literally a line in Vampire Sucker that is better than Unexplored Wind. If you would tribute monsters for a tribute summon, you can tribute a zombie monster your opponent control, even though you do not control them. So as long as you have Zombie World, Sucker already does Unexplored Wind without the need to require 2 tribute for your monster. So first off, we're starting great. And then afterwards he said, Wolo, just play Stormfort. I know! Like, just play Stormfort or Relay Soul or something other than Unexplored Wind. I don't understand why you would play Unexplored Wind. But we can kind of see what the guy's on about. And then he says Wolo is probably the best, like, card for Vampire, which I don't understand. Like, unless you're on a heavy tier meta, I feel Wolo is kind of underwhelming. Doesn't do anything, just gives attack, and can maybe steal a card, but it does not do anything on board. Unless it's a heavy graveyard meta, it does not do anything. Or better yet, if you want to tribute, just use a Kaiju. Exactly. Then he talks about Lair / Zombie World is the best field spells that they can't even search, which I don't understand, because you don't need to search Zombie World. You just need a way to Foolish Burial the Banshee, and you search Zombie World that way. And they can do that really easy. You've seen me do it every single game I play the deck. So I don't understand why he gets that vampires are not able to set the Zombie World. The Lair of Darkness, I don't understand why you would want to play Lair of Darkness. Succubus behaves best when Zombie World is on the field, yeah. And you can get Zombie World almost all the time. Yet the odds of you have Succubus, Zombie World, Doom Kaiser, which is so bad. What is Doom Kaiser again? I think it's the negate of monster. No, this one? Why would you want to make Doom Kaiser? I didn't even understand that this was the card he was referencing to. This is so bad. It is so bad. No one's playing Doom Kaiser. And something in the hand while also having Ghost Engrave all in turn 1 is slim. Not to mention that whole entire plan dies to a Feather Storm, Lightning Storm, MST. Not really, because you don't rely on Zombie World that much. But seeing that the guy thinks Doom Kaiser is a good card, I see where he's coming from. I will say Talio Spriggans is a very busted card though. So he's talking about another part of the post there. Vampires have unique archetype issues getting their starter in the grave because they are breaking it in the end. And Ghost doesn't fix that? Like, literally, you see, they have unique archetype issues, which is getting their starter in the grave, which literally Ghost gets you out of. This is the point of Ghost. It literally gets you the starter in grave. Uni and Mizuki solve this faster and better? No, because Unizombie literally does it for you. Unizombie, by the way, does not that much. You summon Unizombie, send the baby in the grave, and you don't get an extra normal. It does nothing more than being a tuner other than that. Unizombie IMO is way too slow now. If we don't have a way to special summon the Unizombie, it's way too slow, way too easy to counteract. Because you can Imperm it, you can Ash it, you can Valor it, you can just do way too much to Unizombie. So it's not good. And not having their mail effect backfires on them. Ghost barely helps with the first and doesn't do shit for the second. I don't understand what he means by that. Would be great if it was optional. You don't run the Vampire's Field spell. So after that, like, after reading that at work, I was like, okay, this guy just does not know what he's talking about. So I say, like, I can agree. I was a bit, like, sassy and a bit annoying, but if you're gonna just say bullshit like that, I'm gonna go in on you. So I just say, you clearly never really played Vampires. Vampire goes the best card in the deck as it starts a combo on its own and gives you an extra normal. From a singular ghost summon, you can end on IP, Sucker, Beatrice, and the Vampire Countertrap and Doom King with Zombie World. My main problem is that it does not... it only does the effect on normal, and you can't revive it from the grave. No one is playing the flu spell in Vampires. So he answers after that. I'm like, okay, I gave some answers. You're right, I clearly never played Vampire. You clearly are the only person who has. No, I just said you yourself. I didn't say I'm the only one. I just said that you do not know how to play Vampires. Or maybe you don't know shit about me and just can't accept my opinions. I have about this card because you ain't nobody playing Beatrice in 2023 unless you're turn 1 tier or Drytron, which is the thing that surprises me the most. Who would say that Beatrice is a bad card in 2023? You send, like, you can send Mizuki, you can send Banshee, you can send Ghost Sleeper, you can send Snow, you can send, like, so many things. I don't understand this guy. Literally, I do not understand what his thought process is. Beatrice is bad in 2023. Oh, I just talked about Unizombie sending to the grave, but no, Beatrice, that does that twice? Nah, we don't do that here. No, that's not good. This card that is it on multiple lists, Beatrice is bad. I know, and he's praising Unizombie so much. Like, if you're praising Unizombie, Beatrice is literally just Unizombie on crack, so I don't understand. I'll pass on your analysis. Vampire Dex was the first deck I made. Sure. Do you want to know the first Vampire build I made? Welcome in, Fuzzy, by the way. Do you guys want to know the first Vampire build I made? It was before Ghost was out, and it was the worst thing I've ever made. But it was the first deck I made, so I don't believe this guy knows what he's talking about. Now he's talking about floor spell by not understanding that it's a flu. A point by mentioning 4 needed to make the deck works. Do you actually prove my point by mentioning 4 vampire cards needed to make the deck works and IP Masquerade is a weak ass end board piece? Does he not understand that IP goes into Unicorn, goes into Avermax, goes into Goddess? Like, it is the usual end board of most decks. Having a discussion about 2023, the only deck that ends with IP is Sprite and maybe Orcus. Okay, if you're gonna talk about Orcus in 2023, you're not. And this was edited, by the way. This was not here at first. Like, it was edited 6 hours ago, and this was not there. The final chapter, he ended at bitch. So the only person that plays Still and Labyrinth that when it needs to. I've seen IP left out of the field in Presley 0 deck above plat. So you see people are just disagreeing with him. And I just answer with like, Beatrice crazy, we are gonna agree to disagree. People like you are the reason players get a bad rap for playing this game. You sound absolutely toxic tonight. I did not see this post. I did not see this guy. And then afterwards was just talking about like playing a real zombie deck. And I'm gonna tell you, a real zombie deck, what it does is literally end on Zombie World with a Doom King. This is the end board. Like, if we do like a real ass zombie deck, their game plan is, please game, let me do this. So what they do is like go into, they summon Unizombie. Unizombie use its effect, send from deck to grave, send a Banshee. Okay, Banshee effect, set Zombie World. Then they use Unizombie from effect to try and send from end, and hope that they drew Doom King or Glow Up Bloom. That is their play. They send from end, and then is complaining that you're not playing pure zombie or pure vampire. Like, pure vampire and pure zombie are both not the greatest. I know, he was calling vampires like, he was calling vampires a rogue deck, while Zombie World is not. So like, Unizombie literally is not that great of a card anymore. It's fine, but on a normal summon, it does not do enough. It sends one card from deck, one zombie. But the best zombie to send is Mizuki most of the time. And what are you gonna do if you have Mizuki in the grave and no other monsters? Like you have normal summon, and then Mizuki's in the grave, but Unizombies on the field and you don't have anything else. So you hope to draw like Jacobolin, you hope to draw Dangers and they don't hit anything you need. You hope to draw like anything. And that's not a great game plan, to be honest. So I don't understand what this guy's talking about. But that was my rant. I made the mistake to go on Reddit during the dinner, and I saw a post about Vampire Ghosts. I tried to like enter it because I love vampires. I'm really passionate about this deck, and just seeing that really pissed me off. Like, you can not like the deck all you want, but don't disrespect it like that. So the plan today, now that we're done with the ranting, is to go with the ritual event again. We have some steps to do again. And then once we are done with the event, I'm so close. You saw, I'm so close to making the burger list. And the burger list is amazing. With the Libromancer, we've tested with someone else. Intentionally, another mod of Leah. We've tested together, and it is amazing. I love it. But the thing is, I need to get some URs before I can do anything. Oh, he has a maxi, probably. I'd say you play Punk Gold Pride as a real Punk player. I only die and on Jam Dragon, Sharaku Pass. Yeah. So let's do this to get ourselves the level 1 and get ourselves the level 5, maybe? We have the level 3, we have some other stuff. We have the fish recipe already, so maybe the level 2. Yeah, I could do the level 2, but I kind of want the level 1 if possible. Do we want this? Do we want that? Let's do the level 2. So show both of them. We are gonna get a fusion ritual spell for sure. Nueva was such a good deck for this event. It was the only deck I pretty much surrendered against instantly playing Rescue Ace. Yeah. So we're gonna add the meat recipe. But what they don't know is that we already have the full combo. So we summon this. Use this effect. Get the small guy that he did not want to get us. Welcome in, Crazy Jam. I hope you're doing good today. How's your day going? We are back on Ritual. This is my favorite deck. This is now my favorite deck, by the way. I love the Ritual deck. Not the Ritual, I mean, I love the Burger deck. It is so fun. Good, well, I'm doing really good. I just rented, you just missed me renting about a guy that I saw. I don't know if you saw the post about the guy on Reddit talking about like Vampire Ghosts, and I just rented on cheating on Vampire Vamp. Sad. I would love. Oh, we got a field spell? That's amazing. I would love, by the way, for Vampire Vamp to be playable. I would play her, but she's just way too slow for the meta game. She is way too slow. If you want to see on the Discord or anything, but I can show it again. There was a guy, after this game I can show it again. There was a guy that was going bonkers on Reddit about stuff. We can do... if we do this... I kind of want to ritual summon this, but I would need to get this out and then get this in. Or I could ritual summon this and this into the tree, because the level 3 is better than level 1 for sure. Now the question is, do I want to use the fish lady? Probably. So if I use the fish lady, I can use fish in the level 2 to make the level 3 instead of using the level 1. So I get another burger on the field. Let's do that. Special summon her in defense. Then I'm gonna do the mate recipe to get myself the Poiltis into this and this. Then we summon this one in defense so that we do not trigger if it's a burger. So we are gonna draw one. We are gonna get this effect again because it is also once per turn, by the way, to put her in the pendulum zone. So we go there. We have the burger there. Not too great. So I'm probably just going to cycle this around. We don't really need it. So cycle this, draw one. We draw the other burger. That's not what we want. We're going to set one. We're going to set two. And that's going to be our turn. Not the greatest turn, but not too bad. So we are going to do this. This is going to trigger targeting the meteor speed. We already have a fish recipe in the deck, so that's fine. Getting the today's menu, I feel, is fine because we get ourselves another way to search. And we draw a card. Not the greatest. I would love to draw, like, cards that do something, actually. But we could summon the hamburger here. Like, Ard summon it. So they are on Cubic. I've seen this around. You take no battle damage. You can send one Cubic card from your hand to the graveyard. If you draw one card, you can banish card. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, so... I'm gonna show it afterwards, but... Okay, they sent a Cubic Wave. I haven't played Cubic that much, but it is not a ritual deck. There's so many non-ritual decks. There was a lot of ritual decks, but... Okay, he showed 3. That's fine. I can always ritual summon this. Summon this way. Unaffected by other monster activated effect. Whose attack. Okay, so he is unaffected, which is annoying. It is really annoying, but I can always do Chef's Recipe to negate it. Let's do... What does this do? It becomes double, and if it does, the attack of that monster your opponent controlled becomes half its current attack. We could do that, use those two to go into the 5. But the problem is, the 5's not gonna do much, so I think I'm waiting on this. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on this, because I want to use the Chef Recipe on this. So it's gonna attack on this, probably. Making it like... if we use that here, will this work? No, it does not. But at least we save ourselves from some damage there. We aren't gonna do that. So we survived this turn. It does... Oh no, we're dead. Never mind. I thought we weren't dead, but I didn't realize this guy could attack twice. We should have kept the burger. Well, that was a good ritual deck, right, guys? That was a really good ritual deck. I'm guilty of not playing rituals until the very end. I found a game where we're shorted for grinding. That's fair. I misplayed there. I should have kept the small guy, because if he tried to use the effect to attack again, I could have negated it. Because I had the counter trap. But we did not open great, to be honest. We kept drawing Ritual Monster while we have other cards that we could do stuff with. But yeah, Jam, I want to show you what I was talking about. So this is what I was talking about. Welcome in, Mana Seeker. We're cooking really good. We just lost the game, but that's fine. So this was the post about like the vampire card. And the guy was going on about how Unexplored Win is the best vampire card. And that like... Ghost is the worst one, and you cannot get Zombie World with vampires ever, and that, like, Doomkaiser is a good end board, while IP is not. So I was, like, so surprised. I was so surprised. That's what I just stopped replying. I just said, I'll agree to disagree with you, and we can both go on our ways. Because, like, this guy was just something. He literally said... I have about this card because ain't nobody playing Beatrice in 2023. I did not understand what he was talking about. Who's not playing Beatrice if they can make it? Like, people were literally playing Beatrice in Bishul pile. Because they could make 2 6s with Bishuls and make Beatrice. The gas isn't on and his hand is broken, but he's cooking. Like, this guy, I don't understand what he was talking. He's literally saying that Vampire Ghost, which reads like a custom card. It literally reads like a custom card. Normal summon Ghost, send a Vampire from end to grave, get one of your starter engraved from deck, and add one of your discard fodder for the Vampire that you just sent engraved. So it literally sounds like a custom card. But the guy says, no, it sucks. It's worse than Mezuki, normal summoning Mezuki turn 3, which normal summoning Mezuki does nothing. Literally. To face a lot of people play Beatrice and has this man played TCG? Apparently he has. Apparently it's me. Apparently it's me that's wrong because he edited his post and everything. Like, also I don't know what floor spell. I wanted to say flu spell, but an R got there because of autocorrect. But I wanted to say flu, and you're referring to you actually prove my point, mentioning 4 vampire cards. I did not mention any. I just said you summon Ghost, and you end on IP, Sucker, Beatrice, and a Counter Trap. I did not say that you use all the 4 in your hand to do that. I just said you start with Ghost, and it gets you that. And he said IP Masquerena is weak, and board piece. I'm having a discussion about 2023 Yu-Gi-Oh! The only deck that ends on IP is Sprite and maybe Orcus, which I'm gonna be honest, most of the deck at the YCS ended on IP. Like, a lot of decks ended on IP. And maybe in Master Duel it's a bit less popular because there's no SP, but IP is one of the strongest end board you can get. It goes into Avermax, it goes into Goddess, and goes into Unicorn. It's a crazy. But remember, this guy's talking about Doom Kaiser. Do you guys remember what Doom Kaiser is for those that just joined? Doom Kaiser is this guy. But IP is weaker than that. Don't worry, IP is weaker than a card from the Edison format. IP is way weaker than a guy that needs Plague Spreader Zombie as a tuner. Even now, leather decks, if they can end on IP Pit Knight early. Yeah, I know. But this guy knows better than me. And after that, like, he says, maybe Orcus. So who's playing Orcus in 2023? And Labyrinth when they need to. I've seen IP Masquerena left out of field in precisely 0 deck above flat. I don't believe this guy's above flat, to be honest. I really don't. I do not believe this guy's above flat. But that was a rant. I did a whole rant at the start of the stream because I saw this post, like this one, while I was eating this during like my lunch and everything. And I just saw this comment. I had to speak on it because it was so bad. The take. So I just got a bit sassy. I posted about it. Then the guy like retorted and it was super bad as it retorted. So I just agreed to disagree and it went on again. So like it was about my day. That's what I discovered and that's why Reddit is rotting your brain and you should not go on Reddit. But do we have enough gems to pull anything? I don't know. No, we're short on gems. We need a bit more gems. We're so close. My guy probably think that Xiamin isn't a 1-card combo, too bad. Probably. Because, well, it's not a 1-card combo. You need Foxy Tune in there, and you need Deer Note. It's not a 1-card combo. It's a 3-card combo. What do you mean? And after that, you need to get another card, so... Best fitting OST, yeah. African Royal 700 pen card for the new ritual. Ooh. Do you plan on playing the burger? Because there's a list. I don't know if you've seen Intentionally's list with the Libromancer, but they are super fun. This version is okay, but it's lacking a lot of power. While the Libromancer list is insane. So we're going to do this. Are you going to ask me? He is. We're probably not going to be able to do much, to be honest. Like, we do Manju. Then Manju gets herself, like, it's gonna be 1 monster and a counter trap. That's not gonna be great. We get ourselves the fish recipe. We need to. Then we can do this here, using the Manju for the Poultice. Right there. We are gonna put the level 3 in defense, just to be safe. He does not have an extra deck, so we gotta be careful about that. It's maybe burn, maybe something else. We are gonna Pendulum Scale. We are gonna activate this effect, targeting this. Summoning her in defense. I gotta remember, if I want to use this effect, I should do something else. So now we are gonna get... We have the counter trap already, so let's get this one. Let's get both traps. And we might be good. We have one targeting like Tribute. We have a trap that can trigger it proactively, and we have a counter trap. So maybe that's good. They did use the Ash Blossom, so maybe that's what we are gonna be fine. I could be Skill Drain Turbo. I think what his deck is, it's probably like just Zombie World with Rivalry and everything Turbo. So Incantation Talisman. Getting the, oh, it is. I never lose to Blue Eyes. I never lose to Blue Eyes. Like, Chaos Max is not a threat at all. They can't do anything against this. I literally tribute their Chaos Max. You're still struggling to pull the VS card. The Vanquish Hold? No. We can let this resolve. I don't care. Yeah, I have an Omni Negate and I have a quick tribute that can afterwards tribute, like, I need to keep the level 3 on field to tribute their Chaos Max, because if I don't, I'm not going to be able to tribute their Chaos Max. I can only keep the Omni. For now, I'm really not threatened. If they go for the Chaos Dragon, I know they have the Chaos Dragon, so probably going for that, but I can steal. Chaos Max was the bane of your existence because of Hydras. I know! They can just buff you! So getting the Chaos Dragon cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effect. If this card was ritual summoned, you see Blue Eyes White Dragon. When declares an attack, can change the attack position. If you do, that's fine. That's completely fine. Why did they think it was a good idea to... Okay, so we are gonna use this. This effect, gonna use the effect right now, targeting this one. I was gonna say, can we not use the effect? There's nothing that should be stopping me from using this effect. So we do this, then we go into this one and this one to go into the level 5. Then it creates a token here. And I think we just win. This searches as a card. This sets itself in this pendulum scale again. I love the Fish Lady. The Fish Lady is so good. It is so good. Bro, why did they think? Oh, yeah. To use the TCG rarity. Now let's add to my end the Field Spell. That's the best card we could add. Fish Waifu carries the deck. It really does. I wanted to build this deck IRL, but the Field Spell is so hard to find. It literally trust. I'm not letting you trust. Ain't no way you're gonna triple tactic trust there. But the Field Spell is so hard to find. It's like $10 each copies. And you need to double trust? Okay, this guy opened crazy. Double trust there. What is he gonna get though? Like, what could you go into? Probably a trap card to negate some stuff. Bingo Machine. I don't think that's gonna do much for you. I really don't think that's gonna do much. Setting a card. Does he think I'm gonna be dumb enough to think that's Imperm? I only pulled like 2 Raisin and Stake Your Soul with 7k pulls. Oh no. We have the Duster too, so we can just use the Duster to start this and see if he's bluffing or if it's really an Imperm. Come on, show me the Imperm. I know you can do it. It is a call by the grave. Trying to bait the Imperm there. Targeting the Manju doesn't do much. I'm about to make it to 8k. You only pulled 2 Razin and a Stake Your Soul with 7k of pulls. Oh no, that's rough. So he's got a Bingo Machine in the end. That we know. Now we're gonna trigger this. This is gonna get us the... I kind of want the Meat Recipe, because the Meat Recipe allows me to kill him, probably. So, add a designated card. We're gonna add a Meat Recipe. For once, we are gonna make the other guy. So, we use this. Then we make the level 2, which rarely comes up. Really rarely comes up. We're gonna use a token. Then we are gonna summon the level 2. The level 2 is gonna force 2 of his monsters to attack position. And now we can just play the game. We do not want to destroy a spell. We are gonna do this here. Then we are gonna do this here to go into bigger stuff and bigger stuff. Like, its board is wiped. We should be able to get a lot of damage there. We're gonna use the 2. We don't want to keep the 2 on board, so use this. Go into another 5. Then the 5's gonna tribute this to go into the 6. And that is almost lethal, but the Fish Lady is gonna get us to lethal. So we don't want to use this. We want to get ourselves to our hand the other counter trap just for the next turn. Oh no, the Fish Lady cannot get us to lethal because she switches them to defense. We can always do... at this point, I don't really think it's that important that we don't kill them. We could do this into the level 4, maybe. Like, we use this, trigger this, get ourselves into the level 4, so that we get a bit more damage and we summon the 4 in defense. I think that's a way. Let me try this. So we use this. This here. Target this one, summon it in attack. Oh, we cannot. I thought we could. Never mind. We could go into Dynamundo. Dynamundo's pretty big, so if we go this and this, that's more damage. Thanks for the stretch, Fluzzy. I'm standing up today, so... we would need an opponent monster in attack. So we can do this. This effect triggers, bounce, this back to the end, bounce, this back to the deck. Oh, it's bounced to the deck. Doesn't matter. We have 8k now. Making Dynamundo was good enough. So we punch. We punch. And who would have thought that Blue Eyes would fumbles? And there we go. I love the burgers. I'm going against Turskim Drytron again. Hold up, Drytron Mekanko? Make the Nephthys Link Snow deck can out it. Oh, that's fair. The Nephthys Link is kind of good. Apart from Nouvelle, yeah. Do desserts know how to play burger deck? Well, they're kind of our cousins or stuff, so... I've seen them in family parties and everything most of the time. I'm sure we can get to an agreement. Thought we could get a quick play with the waifu. Oh. No, we would have needed to not tribute their stuff with the level 3. If we did not tribute to make the 5 with the 3, we could have used the 6 to tribute their final monster to make the burger. But I don't think that was worth it, to be honest. Okay, we have the Fish Lady, we have the fish recipe. We can do some stuff here. We have the call by in case they have an Ash again or a Max. Oh, they can't have Maxi. So if they have an Ash, we have the call by for it. So we're gonna go for today's menu. And we want to get ourselves this one. And at this point, if we get the 3, if we get the 5, I think the level 3 is the best. So show those 2. Let's hope they give me the 1. Let's hope they're dumb and give me the 1. We never know. Maybe they're gonna be stupid. No, they give me the 3. So we are gonna add the fish recipe there. Then we are gonna be playing the Fish Lady and normal summoning her. If I get Fish Lady, getting myself the level 1. Then we can use the fish recipe here. Fish recipe is gonna target this using this one to make this guy. I'm gonna make it an attack because I want it to end the field on defense by using the Fish Lady. So adding the mage recipe there. I don't know why they put the burger recipe. I can understand, but it's not good. It's really not good. Oh god, my foot just cramped. Ah! Do you guys ever do like a wrong movement with your feet and it's like the thing like just cramped there? It's what happened. We add a good card there, but we cannot add it. But the restaurant is amazing there. We are gonna play the restaurant. We're gonna see if we can add... We can add this thing, which is great. We get both trap cards. It's not the greatest. We could cycle this out. Because this effect already was used. So there might not be a need to do that. We could summon this, get this there. But I think what I'm going to do is cycle the level 3. See if I can get something more. We got ourselves an Imperm, which is great. So let's use this one. Target this. Turn it to defense. Summon this in defense. And then we are gonna set some cards. Not the greatest end board, but an end board nonetheless. So we said this, we said this. We are scared of a Duster, but we have the counter trap for it if we need to. Now we use this, getting ourselves the fish recipe again, and getting ourselves this one again. Then drawing one. There we go. Getting the hamburger recipe. Yep, I have to like stretch my leg out immediately and spread my toes or else my calf locks up and it turns like a mofo. I know! They didn't like mofo. This is the thing they didn't like. So they're gonna add a light. Is this Drytron? It's probably Drytron, right? It is Drytron. Yeah, they didn't like mofo. But I need to change my automod setting, to be honest, because it is really bad. I think what I'm gonna do is trigger this, targeting the Benten. I do not want them to resolve the Benten for sure. Yeah, it's reacting, but well, I left the setting on default mostly, and I think it's reacting to more than it should, so I might just lower it a bit. Like, the chat is pretty tame, so I don't really need automod to be that. Oh, is it pure Drytron? That's neat. That's neat if it's pure Drytron. We have the full counter though, so I don't know what they could do. So they special and then it get destroyed. That's fine. But we can just always counter trap the Xyz. And if we counter trap the Xyz, like, they can't do much because it's gonna get destroyed. They're not gonna have a monster on the field and they're not gonna search. So yeah, the Moobit of Fafnir is gonna come on board, then trigger its effect, then we are gonna counter trap this, and because we control a Ritual Nouvelle monster, we can destroy it. So right here, do I not get the option to destroy this? I should have had the option to destroy this. Did I not read this correctly? Negation if you, then you can destroy that card if you control a monster that has special. Oh, by the effect of Nouvelle. Okay, I'm done there. So he's gonna do that. What I'm gonna do there, I don't want them to keep this now. So I'm gonna get rid of their Xyz. I was kind of dumb there. I misread what the card meant. So we are gonna do the level 1. Tributing this. Getting ourselves the level 3 there. Reading, guys, right? Reading. Who does that those days? So we're gonna summon a token. Then they summon this guy. What does this one do? It adds the ritual. That's a good thing that now I negated their thing. So we are gonna summon the level 3. Level 3 is gonna add another Call by the Grave. That's pretty fine. We still have an Imperm if we need to. So this one's gonna tribute this, getting himself the Delta. I just don't know how they go into their big monster now. They need a way to get resources. Like, they need to Drytron on field. Getting a Trust too? Everyone's drawing Trust today. Like, everyone is. This guy literally drew Trust and the last guy drew double Trust. So I guess we're gonna need to deal with whatever bullshit he gets from his deck now. Is it gonna be a Duster? It is a talent. That's annoying. So we can maybe do... Are they gonna take control? Draw 2 card, that's fine. The drawing 2 card is fine there. Nothing like hitting Yomi with a double trust. Yeah, double trusting me. So they drew 2. Raigeki here. We just lose now. This guy literally drew everything he needed. So... unless we draw something good next turn. And a main and phase. Okay, maybe we're good. We're gonna need to draw pretty good there. But... okay, Menju is crazy. Menju is a crazy card there. We're gonna turn this to auto. It's gonna starting to annoy me, everything he asked me. So we do this. Use the effect of this one. Going into... at this point, I could go into the level 3. Summon the level 3, go into... go Because I cannot do the 6. I can do the 4, but the 4 doesn't do much. I could do the level 1 again to ope to it something, or do the level 2. The level 2 would allow me to tribute the stuff to go into the tree afterwards, so maybe that's that. I think that's a play. Like, it's not often that it comes up, but the level 2, I think, is the play right now. So we do Meat Recipe. Meat Recipe is gonna target this guy using this. Then we summon this guy here and attack. Then we flip. This is monster to attack position. We do not want to use this thing. Then we are gonna use this thing here to make a token. Targeting this, then this is gonna trigger. Getting into... I kind of want the level 3 there. There's not much point into... But the level 4 could cycle his Drytron from the graveyard, which is great. So I think I might just go into the 4. As crazy as it is, I think I'm gonna go into the level 4 there. And the 4 can go into the 6 straight away, so it might be good. So the 4 has a bit of attack. I'm gonna put it in defense again, just to make sure. Then this is gonna be a token. The token can be an attack. It could be a tribute at any point I need. Then we are gonna shuffle from its graveyard this, and where's the next one? This. Get your Drytron out of the graveyard. Get them back into the deck. 1 second, chat. I'm gonna get to you real quick. So we could go into a Link, but I don't think that's worth it. Probably just end on this. Battle phase. We could have punched for some damage. I forgot that it wasn't turn 1. But let's do 50 damage. Why not? Why not? Then we go end phase. This is gonna trigger, getting ourselves the recipe back. We want this one. Then shuffle. At this point, those already have a copy of Extrain. Maybe the Manju, because the Manju is pretty great. So shuffle this. Get those back in any order. Then we draw a card. An amazing card for next turn. Mesh or replay. I clutch a game hard with enemy controller. I'm down. If you have a replay, we could watch a replay. I'm just doing the event right now. So if you have a replay. Lightning Storm? You're kidding me, right? Well, I guess we're gonna do this now, and might as well call by the grave something. This guy's being so annoying. We could do the level 5, which I think is worth it. Like, if we do the level 5, we have a quick effect target tribute, which is better than what we have right now. Everyone's playing Lightning Storm in this thing. So we are gonna banish this with Call By, so it cannot go into the Moobet of Fafnir again. It's gonna be negated for 2 turns, which is great. It kind of stops his whole plan. I was thinking of getting rid of the Ritual too, but that's not needed that much. We are gonna go into 5. The 6 is fine too, but we prefer to go into the 5th, just in case we need it later. So this is gonna summon a token. Let's get the token. We don't need it to be in attack anymore, so let's put a token in defense at level 1 because it doesn't check the level anymore. Then this is gonna add me a card. At this point, I kind of want to add the field spell again. I'm salty, Flan. I opened 2 10 packs of the Matmec special pack and not 1 master. Okay, he started this again. Again, this guy's crazy. He's just drawing everything he needs. It's insane. Like, he went through double Cyber Emergency. He had Trust. He had Raigeki. So adding the Benten here. What did he send to the grave too? Oh, he had another Zeta in hand, by the way. It's at 1, but he had a Zeta, he had a Alpha, and he had everything. So I guess we might just lose now to this guy's skill. So Benten's gonna get him another thing. Do you have the Meteorus Drytron? I think you do, right? Oh, you're gonna get the girl there. That's kind of annoying. Gonna send the Herald. Gonna get yourself another body on the field. So now you could go into the big one. But the thing is, he cannot attack me. Unless the big guy is like... we could tribute this, but it doesn't do much. So we're gonna wait. But did you guys see, by the way, we're gonna get an alt art Obelisk Obelisk card Royal for free. And I'm kind of bummed because I feel Obelisk alt art is the worst one of the three. I would have loved for them to give me a Royal Slifer alt art. I would have found a way to play the deck. But Obelisk, really? But yeah, so do you guys think that we're gonna get the Egyptian gods animation now? Because if we look back, no alt art cards where there was never an alt art card without an animation. So do you guys think we're gonna get an animation for the Egyptian gods finally after like a year? Okay, so he's going for the big guy. We are gonna be able to... I don't think there's anything that prevents me from targeting this guy. Oh, no, I cannot target him with monster effect. But I can probably do something else. Does this have another effect if the level... This card can like alt special summon during your opponent's turn. Quick fake and banish. Okay, so we are gonna do this. Now this effect triggers on the Divinery Azir. Getting myself this one. And now this one does not target. So we do this, we negate the effect, and we tribute. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Ah, that's great. We are back in this, guys. This guy had so many things, but he could not compete against a burger. We are gonna reveal this girl and this one. Let's see what he gives me. I don't care either way. Okay, giving me the level 1, adding the fish recipe. That would be sick if we get the god card alt art with the animation. If they add the animation for the alt art god, they're probably gonna add the animation for the normal one too, which is really interesting. So we are gonna do the fish recipe here. Fish recipe is gonna get me this little one using the token that I made earlier. Summoning this in attack. We don't care anymore. We just need to push damage. I don't think we're gonna be able to kill this turn, but we're gonna work our hardest. And we have a Omni Negate now. So if this guy top decks Lightning Storm again or anything like that, we are gonna be ready. I would have loved to pick those Manjus, but might as well pick the level 5 because it's a bigger level if we need it. Then it doesn't really matter because we can just do this, cycle this, and see what we get. Getting a Manju, that's amazing. So now we get a Manju effect to get ourselves... We could get the burger if we want, but that's not really interesting. So what we can get instead is the level 3, and we can ritual summon the level 3 there with the Manju to get ourselves more damage on the field and get ourselves another monster that can tribute their stuff. So let's go for the Poultice Nouvelle. Then she is gonna trigger, drawing me a card. Getting myself the 6, which could come in handy if I need anything. Then we could go for the Dynamundo, which would allow me to push more damage. That's 6,000. That's 4.4. That's not enough to kill anyway, so I think I'm gonna keep my board, to be honest. I prefer to keep a lot of monsters on the field to keep my trap online. I have an Imperm too. And they already went through like 2 board wipes, so I should be fine from this. So we said this, and we pass the turn, and let's see if they can come back from this. Field spell effect. Let's get back this trap. Then let's get back... At this point, I kind of want to get back my recipes a bit, so... Let's get the fish recipe, because we're running low on them a bit. Shuffle them, doesn't matter. We got a burger! We got the burger! Even if they would add the alt art now, I wouldn't even try to get them. Yeah, like, I hope that we don't need to pull the god card from Ancient Chant. And if you do, you can tribute. Ain't no way. The guy top decked the best card in his deck, by the way. This would have broken the board. But this guy just top decked it. I don't understand how he does it. It's a board wipe, the Ancient Chant. So we're gonna negate that, and end phase, we should be able But this guy with his deck, how do you do it? How do you keep drawing everything you need? Let's just go battle and punch him in the face. There we go. That was a rough game. That was a hard-fought game. Turn 7, by the way. But at least it was a ritual game. But yeah, the guy drawing, let's see his deck. I'm kind of curious. Let's see what deck he was running. Confirm opponent's deck. He was on those guys. Triple Diviner, 1 Raw. Triple Ancient Chant, 1 Raigeki that he drew. And 1 Lightning Storm. So he drew 1 Lightning Storm, 1 Raigeki. The one of Trust he drew too. That's crazy. But we still won. We still emerged victorious. The burgers are too strong. But yeah, I just hope that the God cards, when they do the alt art, they don't make people pull for them. Because like for IP and everything, that was fine. Because it wasn't too... Like, those were good cards and everything, but the God cards are not. So if they make people pull for the God cards, it's gonna be really annoying. Okay, Descent can do some stuff, to be honest. They have something. They have something in draw, or it's just delay from the connection. So we are gonna start with this thing here, see what sticks. You have an Ash, right? Everyone's got Ash these days. If he's got an Ash or End board, it's really not that great. Ghost Bell? Come on. Well, I guess we lose now. We can do the Fish Girl, get ourselves the... Like, the only thing I see that we can do is Fish Girl. Fish Girl trigger, adding myself... Oh, he's got another Entrap? Right? Yeah, Ash Ghost Bell. Okay, I kind of know what this deck is. It's the deck to annoy your opponent. We might just lose here. We might just lose there, guys. Because he double negated me, and I don't have anything else. Ghost Bell for the spell, and Ash for the Fish Girl. Let's see what he's on, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die. The biggest thing I think Nouvelle needs is a Link Ritual one. He's on Dino? He's on Dino? And you open Ghost Bell and Ash? You're kidding, right? Setting 1 and phase. Okay, he's got nothing to. I'm guessing this guy's running like crazy amount of Entraps, and he's not drawing anything because of it. Well, you would expect someone to break that much if he's running like Ghost Bell and Ash in a Dino deck. He does not have anything else, so we might be able to cook there. We do this, we do level 3. We don't care which one we get. We just want to get one of each. The level 1 would probably be the best, but the level 3 is fine. Adding to my end the fish recipe. Then we can do fish recipe here. Getting ourselves the level 3. Using this, using this. Yeah, he gave us an attack position monster too. So let's put this in defense for now, just to be safe. I don't know what I would play against, but better be safe than sorry. We're gonna draw one. We're gonna set the scale again. Then we can just resummon the Fish Girl, search another card. Then... activate only when a ritual monster is ritual summoned. Your opponent can activate any spell or trap or use their effect until the next standby phase. Oh, this is a fun guy. But we can still win. We win this really pretty good. I don't understand why they left this in. Because, like, it is anti-ritual. Oh, we can't even activate this one. That's annoying. Well, we're gonna set this. That's a pretty good top deck. But we still have the upper end. This guy really is playing anti-fun. He's hoping that his opponent surrenders. Mostly what I'm understand. Yeah, that's just an annoyance. So until your next standby phase. So we can't even... We should be... Yeah, those are live. So we have the chef recipe for counter... what's this? No, we do not have the destroy, but we have the Omni at least. And we have an Imperm. So we should be fine. Have you read Misk? Yeah, Misk makes them unaffected. I know about that. But we can always negate Misk. We can always negate Misk. We have an Omni here. So we can always negate Misk if we need to. Yeah, why would you summon that with no target? It's not like you could really OTK. Yeah. So he is gonna use Misk. Using the Misk, we are gonna Omni this. I don't want him to be unaffected by anything. Because if we let this resolve, we are in trouble. Welcome in, Lily. I'm doing good. We're playing burgers. And we're playing against an unfun player. Let me give you a shout out real quick. I don't understand what the plan. Have fun with Burger. How was the Pokemon? How did it go? How did the Pokemon go? Did it go well? Did people die? He left it in attack again. Why do you leave it in attack? So now we can just do the fish girl. Targeting this. Stream was good. Nobody died. Let's go. We're playing against a weird deck. The guys on Ghost Bell, Ash Blossom, Ritual Buster, the Miscellaneousaurus, and like other stuff. He's on like Dino, but a lot of end traps, so he's breaking like crazy. How's the burger going? Well, we just won. And we had another game that was super long. We went to turn 7, but we won against a guy that was running Drytron and was just trying everything he needed. We're almost done with the event. But I might want to go for the title, to be honest, because I really love this event. This event is super fun. Have you guys tried it? Have you guys tried the event? But yeah, for those that don't know me right now, I'm just a small dessert. I'm playing mostly Yu-Gi-Oh! Most of the time. I collab with Lily on Wednesday, so you might have seen me there. And on weekend, I play some RPGs, so glad to have you here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. If you need to go rest up or anything, Lily, feel free to do so. It's okay after stream. I know I usually stream until I'm really tired, so most of the time when I raid, I'll stay for like 30 minutes to max an hour and then I go because I'm feeling tired. But if you need to go, it's completely understandable. I don't want you to force yourself to stay here. No, they did not add the new mission. So maybe I'm going to get for the gem because I want to do another 10 pull. Maybe I'm going to go for the gems, wait for the other missions, and do the rest of the missions there. But yeah, so what I was talking today, like, for those that know, my pet deck is vampires. And today, I lost some brain cells going on the internet. Because I decided to scroll on Reddit, on the Master Duel subreddit and everything. And I saw a post about people, like, the post was interesting. Like, they were talking about... I can get it out. Yeah, the vampire thing. They were talking about, like, what are cards that are super insane, but are, like, not circular or anything. Not circular or the other one, but are, like, insane cards for an archetype, but are kind of held up by the archetype itself. And the first card was Vampire Ghost. So I was like, okay, that's my topic. I need to speak about that. Because, like, that's the one I use most of the time. We could go into the level 3 here. If I go into the level 1, I have a big chance of hitting something else. I'm not going to get the other recipe, but it's a gamble. If I get a fish recipe, I can fish recipe into this, but I don't get other effect. So I think I'm going for the 1. But yeah, the guy was saying that Vampire Ghost was worse than setting normal summoning Mizuki turn 1. And I'm like, what are you cooking there, my guy? Like, the guy was literally referencing the... I'm gonna keep the fish here. I'm gonna use this guy here because I kind of want the fish to be able to climb into the level 3 with this. I need a monster in attack position. So we are gonna do this. We are gonna get this little guy here. It's gonna excavate 5. Please, please, please. Anything? Nothing right now. We have the fish recipe. That's pretty good. Oh, we missed. The fish recipe doesn't even... It's not the Nouvelle card. So we just missed. But we can still do this. The fish lady here. Fish lady is gonna trigger, targeting this. Then this is gonna trigger, getting myself the level 3. The delay is annoying me so much. I'm like... did they have an interruption? What could they have? So we're gonna get the level 3 there. Not the greatest board, but maybe we can make something out of it. If we summon this girl in attack, we can't really do anything. Nib, they had a delay before we 5th summon. So I don't think that's Nib, and it's not like it's going to their side. It's just like a server delay, I feel. See? Like, it's not going to their side. It's just taking a while. And I don't know why. That would have been good if we still add the small girl in the deck, because I think we're only running 2 of this one, and we already drew each of them. So that's really annoying. That's gonna be our end board. Really unfortunate draws. Really unfortunate draws. We could not get too much, but we have the level 3 at least, which is gonna allow us to go into the 5 if they target anything. Rescue Ace. Okay, we're playing the non-ritual event here. So at least we have a backup waifu rotation now, yeah. But I would have loved for it to not be in the deck so I could just do stuff proactively instead of doing them like now, because I'm pretty sure I'm dead now. I'm pretty sure I'm dead against Rescue Ace. If they opened everything like that, like I don't see how I get back from this. I need a way to trigger the Poultice. And I don't think I have one right now, and I don't think they target themselves that much. So they're getting the Extinguish. Rescue Ace, let's go. Yeah, Rescue Ace into the... Oh, they're dead. They went to battle. They're super dead now. Unless they have a negate, I don't know. They have the Ash too? Okay, at this point, this guy just wins. Where's gonna go next? This guy opened everything, and he had the Ash Blossom. There's nothing we can do. We drew both our Cook Lady, and we got into an Ash. It was just better. Well, it happens. It's a card game. It is a card game. You gotta take your eyes. You gotta take your low. Not needing to read. Let's go. Rescue Ace was quite annoying in the event, but I didn't lose a single duels against them. Yeah. But it's kind of annoying that they didn't hit the deck at all, while the deck does not do a singular ritual summoning. Like, I would have expected them to just ban Hydrant, so that would have stopped the deck from doing random stuff. Right there, we're gonna start with Manju, see if they have an Ash. I've been Ashed almost every game this time. So we can add to our end the small one. And with the today's menu, we can add the level 3 and the level 5 there. Just to get ourselves... Do we have the fish recipe? We don't. So we cannot add the fish lady, because if we do, we're not gonna get a ritual spell. Rescue Ace is going to be way stronger with Emergency the rest of the sport. I know, I've played against Rescue Ace, RL. Leah plays it a lot, so I know how strong they are. We are gonna do this thing here, getting myself the small one using the level 2. And we are gonna summon this one. They pretty much fight on equal term with the ritual deck at the moment. Kinda, yeah, but they just are not in the spirit of the event, I feel. I'm totally not biased, but Konami made the right choice by not touching them at all. Clearly not biased. Clearly not biased there. So this one's gonna excavate there, getting myself... It's a Nouvelle card, right? So can we add the... We can! We have everything we need now. So we are gonna speed scale her. Then use the effect. Targeting this one, then this one, trigger the effect. Getting myself the level 3 from the Manju in itself. Doing this, going into the level 3 in defense. What do you do? I think I know what they're playing. I don't know what they're playing. We're gonna use this first. We prefer to search over draw that would be negated. Like, I have no idea what... Oh, maybe they're on Vanquish Soul from the card back. Maybe that's what they're on. Getting the 2, that's fine. We are gonna get the Omni. Oh, we already had the Omni. I always forget to check. We should have gotten the other trap, but that's fine. We could do the level 2 there. I don't think we need to. Like, no point in overextending. This is a use once per turn, so no point in using more than one. I kind of screwed up there. I should have had the other trap that makes a token, so that would allow me to do the Poultice. But the Imperm is going to be fine there too. The amount of time I normal summon Hydrant and pass only to immediately get run over by Blue Eyes Chaos Max was sad, yeah. Well, Chaos Max is there to keep you in check. So, let's see. What can they go into now? What are they gonna play? I don't really know what they're on. I know they have the Vanquish Soul card back, but is Vanquish Soul it at all in this event? I'm not sure. For now, they're not doing anything. They're really not. I actually beat down Chaos Max in the event. Ooh, they're gonna Small World. Like, Chaos Max cannot win. They are on Vanquish Shoal. Chaos Max literally cannot win against Nouvelle. There's no way. Because they don't have a way to deal with your monster other than attacking within them. And if they attack in them, then Nouvelle just tribute their stuff. The Libromancer beater can get over. Ooh. So this into Mad Love, into Heavy Borger. So they're playing a Borger deck too. They're playing the Borger. During your main phase, can target on a machine. You control it to the end if you do special summon this card. If it's a dark, you draw one. Inflict 1.5k, that's fine. Cannot one on warrior. That's fine. We're gonna turn this to on, because if they do anything to target, we can go into the Pueltis, tribute their stuff, and the Borger does not trigger if it is not returned, because it needs to do. Let's go! Borger versus Burger, but the OG Burger is better, guys. The OG Burger is so much better. But yeah, what I mean is that, like, the level 3 could have just, if they targeted the small level that they had on the field to bounce back to end, we could do the level 3, tribute their small monster they just put, and then because the monster is not gonna go back to end, it's gonna make it their effect. I'm sorry, judges. It's gonna make it fizzle. And by doing that, we're gonna be able to just get the level 5. So if they try to do another effect, we have a quick effect trigger now. And we search a card too, which is great. Judges hate that term. I know. They hate the fizzle word. They hate the inerrant summon. And there was something else that they hated, I think. I just find it funny, to be honest. I find it funny that fizzle is an actual MTG term. Like, Magic the Gathering uses fizzle all the time. I'm totally new and not a menace for redeeming this. Welcome in, Numi. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good today. How was your day? How was your work day? So they are on Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace is going to be annoying because they're going to be able to set their old, like, back row. And the back row are kind of rough for me. But the back row, I think, targets, right? So I might be able to dodge them. Getting the HQ, then they're going to get the Hydrant. Do they have the Hydrant already? No. So no Hydrant is big. Why not Reinforcement first? Oh, because that's the only warrior. Hydrant's a machine. During your main phase, you can choose one effect monster opponent control with the highest attack, and your player can activate an effect. Quick effect, contribute this card from your end or face-up field, special summon one machine. That's fine. What did they said? Do I know? We have an Imperm, which is great. Let me read those cards real quick. You can tribute this card from your end or field, special summon one Rescue Ace. Except, okay. This does not have another effect, and the monster they added to their end is a summon. They added the... Wait, they have 2 Lifter? Quite out of touch with the community. Yeah. Last work day until the 28th. It's a good day. Ooh. It keeps getting better, baby. I filled in for a coworker today and had to work overtime. Oh no, oh no. So we can start with the field spells, see what they have. We didn't want to do that, but that's fine, that's fine. We were gonna do that anyway, but I kind of just look at chat while clicking buttons. So we're gonna summon this to their field. We want this in defense. Then this there. Then this adds me the... We are gonna need, at this point, we kind of want a recipe. So probably the fish recipe there. Oh, you're paid by the hour. That's great then. Getting paid by the hour is amazing for you. So if you do more hours, you're getting better pay. Blue dude just summoned someone from end, red is from deck. Oh, okay, okay. So we just need to get a monster to stick on the field right now. That's our goal. So they have this. We have the call by for it, which is great. We have double call by. For the 2 monsters, we have the 2 call by the grave. So we should be fine. I don't really know what they could do to stop us at this point. Because we call by the grave this, we get into the... We want to get the level 1, I would guess. Because it allows us to climb more. So getting the level 1 here, then we can do the fish recipe. Getting myself... Okay, nothing here. So we're gonna do this there. Getting myself the small one, using the level 1 here. Then we can use the level 1, the pendulum effect to resummon ourselves. Go into 1 with an effect. That we still need the male chefs. Oh yeah, there's no male. They're all girl. We need them to expand on this part of the archetype. Like, she's the only card in Paticiel. But, like, it literally just says a Paticiel monster. Like, the card here only says Nouvelle Pendulum Monster and 1 Paticiel Pendulum Monster from your end deck or extra deck. So they need to make more. They need to make a whole archetype of this one too. So we are gonna get this one here. Which is not lore accurate. There are like 3 male chefs in real life. Sad day. Is this based on a real archetype? Like, is it based on a real restaurant or something? I did not know that. If it is, I did not know that. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this one first, then this one second. To chain block. To set it in the speed scale again. Oh, he's on the support card. Oh, yeah, on the counter trap. Well, on the meat recipe, we do not have this guy. This guy's not here. We do not have him. We get a level 2. No, I mean, like, in real life, there are 3 times as many male chefs than women in culinary scene. Well, that's not the only scene that there's as many, like, chef as the... We are gonna do this one here. Targeting that. Then he could chain to it if he wants to. That would be a bit annoying because it would prevent me from chaining. If he's smart, he's chaining now. Because it would prevent me. Oh, he does not want to chain. Okay, good. We're going for the level 1 now. Using itself. 2 waifu and 1 husbando is a good ratio. Yeah, it is. But we need the chef daddy. We need him. We need him to be here. Where's his card? He's not just a cook in the background. You want to see waifus in your Yu-Gi-Oh cards, damn it. That's a fair point. That's a fair point there. So they're thinking about something. I still don't know what this is. Probably a contain or an extinguish or something. We still have ways to play this out. But it's gonna be a bit crusty if they stop this here. Okay, no stopping this. So we can use the one they did not use yet. So the one that's not negated. Getting herself this one as still low attack. So we're gonna put her in defense. Then this one, summon herself in defense. Then use the effect, getting myself a draw. Let's hope for a good one. But now we can use... okay, this is not a good draw. That's not what we wanted. We can do this thing here. Using that, targeting the... this one. He's got an answer again, but I don't know what he could have. If he has something to chain, he should really chain it. Because now at this point, he's kind of getting rolled. So now we do the level 3. The level 3 is going to allow me to go into the level 5. And from the level 5, I'm going to be able to, like, I can use this one and this one to summon the level 5 right here. And the level 5 can just tribute the fusion I just sent to him. So we're going to search another card. Then we are going to trigger this to chain block again. Then we are gonna have the... We can do this third to target this. Getting myself the Borgor. The Burger Lady. And then the Burger Lady is gonna allow me to get into the burger if I need to. So we do that. We negate something afterwards. We set dispense scale. Then we search. What do we want to search at this point? Probably the counter trap. Counter trap's always good. If you can negate something, it's great. Let's negate their thing here. I don't think it's gonna do much, but why not? Then we could go for this, but I don't think that's necessary. So instead, let's do that. Shuffle this back into the deck, draw a card, see if we can draw anything. That could be good if they have ways to remove my stuff. So let's go battle. They might have evenly, but I wouldn't see it. They would not have set it that way. And they already have a card, so it's not going to be great if they evenly me. So we're going to go main phase 2. We are going to set 1, 2, and 3 there. So we have a pretty okay board, to be honest. This board is not bad. So now we do the Nouvelle Restaurant. We could have set this card to be able to pendulum on their turn, but I don't think that's necessary. But we could have. That would have been something we could have done. And now we have the Imperm in the line of their trap cards. So if we need to stop their trap, we might be okay. And phase. Okay, we might just be good there. This might be over. So let's not overextend. We're just gonna punch with what we have right now. And go for game. So punch here. And punch here. GG. Rescue Ace gets getting bested by the burger. We are 1 win away from having all the gems we can get for now, because the new quests are not out. So we are so close to finishing this, guys. It's been a while since I completed an event over like the cosmetic stuff. Because the cosmetic I'm gonna get all the time. I really want the cosmetic for sure. But for this, like, I just enjoy the event. And I want to build a burger. I want to build a deck. Like I said earlier on stream, for those that were there, I tried to build the deck IRL, but the field spell is like so hard to find. It is so hard. Burger. We actually have the counter to Burger, because if we can get the Belgrill on field, we kind of win. But let's see where they go. Now they turned off our Imperm, which is kind of annoying. But maybe we can make it out of here. Gonna depend on their end board, to be honest. So they get a fish recipe, then they set 1 and phase? Okay, we win here. How did they break so bad? So let's go with this. Thank you for putting a monster in attack, by the way. So we use the field spell. We're gonna add to our end. Oh, they surrender now? I'm curious what they were like, what they drew. Because ain't no way you break that hard that summoning the... Like, getting this spell out with the fusion and everything should get you everything you need. You should be able to do every single thing you need. You just need a way to get a ritual in play, which you should have all the time. So you get any of the ritual spell, you ritual summon your monster, and then you go into the 3 or the 5 at least. But we did it, so we can do a 10-pole there. We are just short of the 10-pole. We were so close to not being able to do this. But we get the 10-pole. And then let's go into seeing if we can complete our deck. We aren't too far off completing the deck, to be honest. There's not much left to get. So let's see there. That's good. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting all shinies. There's a singular pack that's not shiny. Holy moly. This is great. This is what we call streamer luck. I don't get it often, but this time I did. And I did hard. So let's see what we can get there. Let's just hope for some good URs now. And we get some Xyz. Nothing in this pack. It was kind of a bait. Was supposed to be an SR in there. We get the UR there. Where is it? We don't even see it. Where is it hidden? There. There it is. We don't need this one. This one's useless. We got a useless one. That's 10 dust. We got 10 dust there. Oh no. Let's hope this is the better one there. There we go. I don't really need 2 of the level 6s, but we already had one. but I'm not gonna say no. At least it's a Nouvelle card. So it was a secret UR too, so that means we have 4 URs at least. Oh! That we needed. We needed some of these. We did not pull any of the fusion yet, so I'm happy. Not like we need SR Dust, but the more I can save, the better. Let's see. Okay. That's a lot of URs we got there. Like, I don't know what's happening. Not the URs we need, but I'm not gonna complain. We literally got, like, enough dust to make a UR that we want. So, Manju's great. Oh! Okay, that's good. What is this? What is this? That's another secret UR. It's Streamerlocked. Streamerlocked completely. What is happening there? Like, we got so many URs. We gotta count at the end of this. Okay, the X-Dust Hydra, which is super bad. I don't understand how you would make this work. The Hydra seems horrible, to be honest. So, we have this. We have the Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid. Okay. I've heard that this card can do some nutty things. I heard that the Dark Fluid Cybers deck, it can do insane stuff. And Circular is like insane of a card. Okay, so Cybers Quantum Dragon. We're gonna get all the Cybers if it continues like that. Final pack. Can we get a UR for the finish? Because we did not get any of the URs we needed. Please? No, sadly, no UR. I was gonna say, if it's a Royal though, so 4 URs, less than I expected. With the opening how it panned out, Firewall's back, bigger than ever it is. Ends in all 3 Firewall. Oh, that's insane. So let's edit this. What do we miss? We are missing this. We want 2 pre-prep, probably 2 of this. I don't even know if I run all of the field spell. Probably 2 of this. I can remove this because I want the Libromancer a bit. So if we do that, we need 2 Fireboy, 2 Geek Boy, I think. 1 of this. I know some people are running the Misty Girl, but I'm not convinced. Like, if this card was Ritual Summon by using a monster on the field, your opponent cannot target Ritual. If this card is Ritual Summon, you can target one face of monster opponent control. Until the end, change the stack to 0, negates the effect. Like, you could quick Ritual her with, where is the girl? This one? Because you can reveal quick effect and Ritual 1 Ritual monster. So it's basically to go into this and get a negate. But I just prefer running, like, Imperm or the stuff to get into the negate. The Benten is insane. We could remove the Nib, maybe. The Nib is great doing this. I don't know the ratios of stuff. I'm not even sure if I want the Fenrir. Like, Fenrir might not be good for this. Maybe we don't run Fenrir and we run other stuff. So, pre-prep and this are basically the same. So, 2 of each is great. Maybe 1 of the field spell. If I want to run Nib here, because Nib gives me a token that I can use for my monsters that could be good. We probably want another level 5. I don't run the 4 because the 4 is pretty bad. So for now, that would be the deck. Triple Maxi, double Nib. Not that many end traps. But maybe that's good. I don't know what we really want. Because with this, we can make Baronne not too hard. We could make other stuff. Let me just look at the list that someone sent me. Because we cooked with someone else. So, let me see. What were we on at the start? So, they were on this. 2 of this one. 2 of the level 3. Which I can agree on. The level 3 is kind of insane. 1 of the level 5. 2 Benten, which I don't think you need more than 1 Benten, to be honest. 2 of this. They were on some more Libromancer spell. So, the Libromancer, I know this thing is pretty good. When this card is activated, you can set 1 Libromancer spell trap directly from your deck, except Libromancer. Libromancer ritual monster you control gains stack equal. If a ritual monster is ritual summon to your field, you can target 1 spell trap your opponent's control, destroy it. That's fine, but I don't think I need it. What I would want is the field spell for sure. Because the field spell of Libromancer is just insane. So this here, They were on the Elf. So we need one Dynamondo at best. We don't need as many Herald for sure. They were on the Excel Stardust Dragon. They were on the Chaos Angel, because Chaos Angel's kind of good, to be honest, in this. It can deal with a lot of stuff. They were on a singular copy of the Fusion, which I can agree, because you're only running 2 of the spell to summon her, and you don't really need her that much. She's gonna cycle back into your extra deck if you need her. They were on Elf, because Elf can get back the Diviner, and Diviner gets you more stuff. 1 Entis, 1 this, 1 Unicorn. They were not on Goddess. They were on Crush Sheep here. They were on Ptolemia. This one, but I don't think I'm gonna make him. He's a UR. He could be good. We can make 2 level 6 kind of easy if we have the Burger on field, and like this one we don't want to keep, or the Burger and this one. We are gonna need the Libromancer Trap for sure. This one that negates stuff. We have this guy, right? Yeah, this guy. I don't think we need much more than this. We don't need a small one. We don't need other Libromancer monster. We was running triple field spell. I think that's fine, because the field spell is kind of bunkers. And that could be our deck. So if we do just batch generate, not own. Okay, we need more UR dust. So let's dismantle some card. Dismantle the URs. Alpha I don't need. Cybers I'm not gonna play. This I'm not gonna play. This I don't think I need 2 of them, but I could keep it. What do we want to remove now? Because I'm running out of URs to remove. That's 30 more. We need another 30 more. So Pearly I might play one time. The bug thing I don't think I'm gonna play. We could remove some of the Ignister for sure. We don't need double Chaos Angel, I think. Like, only 1 is fine. We don't need to Azalea too. Red Reboot could be fine. It could come in handy at one point. Now this, the Mercurier, this here. We have the Sheeran. One day we're gonna be able to dismantle her, maybe. The Royal one. Wonder if Peace is funny for meme decks. Do we have anything we want to get rid of? We have this. We have this. Atron, am I ever gonna need more than 1 of her? I don't think I will. Like, usually don't make more than 1 Adrian, so I could remove the Adrian here. I still have the Vernus Sylph if I need to, but I don't think I want to make Vernus Sylph at any point, but I'm gonna keep it. It's still a good archetype to run in other stuff. If we look down, we're getting to the point where I already like trimmed this to the point where I cannot trim anymore. So I think I'm just gonna dismantle this. We're gonna go to 228 and just barely enough to get the deck going. So let's hope this deck works great, because we don't have any more dust, anything. Did we get anything? We got a Glossy, but no Royal. Sadly, nothing Royal there. We open a pack, so save and see if the pack's big. We got a free pack, free pulls. So please, please, an SR at least. That could be good. Libromancer Nouvelle, now that's cooking. I've seen the deck go, and it seems insane. 2 super at least, so... Okay, we got one of the fire. If only we knew, guys. If only we knew, we could have saved ourselves some dust there. But that's fine. We're gonna make the dust back. We're gonna make the dust back one way or another later. We have another free pull? Oh, we had a Libromancer campaign. We should have done that earlier. I'm so stupid, guys. We should have done that way earlier then. I missed out on this. We could have pulled the fire guy before we crafted. I just threw some dust away then. Okay, phew. If that was another, like, Libromancer UR, I would have been so sad. So, okay, we got this. I don't know how to pilot this deck that well, but we're gonna see. We're gonna try it. We're gonna figure it out. And this time, we're gonna go on ladder. We're gonna see on ladder if we can make this happen. So in gold, can Burger win in gold, guys? Do you guys think? How many games do you guys think it's gonna take us to win in gold? I don't think it's gonna be that long, to be honest. I know a bit of what the Libromancer does. The Burger I know by heart at this point. But it's mostly the Libromancer that I don't know that much. Oh, I didn't add any Imperm. But at this point, would I prefer Imperm or Valor? Because Valor is great at being a level 1-2, so I can use it for Ritual. And if I draw it on their turn, I can do stuff. We have the Maxi, though, which could be great. I'm not going to Maxi right now in fear of trust. But if they start special summoning, I'm going to Maxi. We have the Call by the Grave on their turn, too. We have the Diviner, which is insane. And we have the Nouvelle Restaurant. Did you know that Diviner has another effect, by the way? It's not just send a monster from the extra deck and being a tuner. If she's tributed, you can special summon level 1 or 2, and level 2 or lower fairy monster from your deck and our deck. So we can summon the Fish Lady, which is great. Like, the Fish Lady is insane of a card. Okay, they bricked really hard there. We are not going to use the Concours de Cuisine right now because it locks you. That is the only lock in the deck, and I kind of want to try and go into Baronne if I can before I do that. So let's get ourselves the fish recipe. Then we are going to do... I might just cycle this right now. I kind of want to draw something else, see what I can draw. So cycle this out, see what I can draw. Drawing the Fireboard, that's great. So now we can do normal summon Diviner. Diviner effect. Add a ritual monster. Probably sending the Herald here. Then Herald effect in the graveyard. Adding myself to my end. We want to add the level 1, I feel. But this one, special summon discard. If discard special summon, you can add one Libromancer monster from your deck to your end. Okay, so we want to add the level 1 here. Then we can use the Libromancer fire effect, targeting the level 1. Then special summon itself. Right here. Welcome in, Shadowcat. I hope you're doing good. We're burgering right now. We're teaching small kids, small geek boys and everything how to cook. Then we do adding the Geek Boy. And we are going to be able to add a spell from this. But the good thing now is that we could go into Baronne if we want. Like, we could go into Baronne right now. And I think that's what I'm going to do to save myself. That is what Libromancer add to this deck. See? We just go into Baronne real quick. So we have a 3k monster that negates a nib or something that could come our way. And did you know that Baronne targets? So you can trigger your Nouvelle stuff from the Burger, from the, like, Baronne triggering. So we are going to do the Libromancer Geek Boy, adding the field spell. You can add one Libromancer monster from your deck to your end with a different name. During your main phase, you can ritual one Libromancer by tributing a monster from your end field whose level is equal. So that's great. I'm good just trying to learn a new deck. What are you trying to learn right now? I'm curious. I'm trying to learn this deck, which is a Burger Libromancer. But now that we make the Baronne, we are not scared of going into the locking ourselves into Nouvelle. We don't care too much about making extra deck monster anymore. The Baronne is the most important one. We want to be able to go into Baronne if we can. So adding to my end, at this point, we have both of these. So I'm gonna add to my end the Counter Trap. Stellar Knight. Ooh, that's a neat one. So we can do the fish recipe. Fish recipe is gonna get me the small one using this one. See, the deck is amazing, to be honest. I'm loving it. It's going super good. It's going way better than I expected. So doing this, adding the meat recipe there. Then we are gonna get the Excavate first. And then the Fish Lady second, setting herself into the Pendulum Zone. Then we can do Fish Lady, target the small guy, go into level 3 from this. Please hit anything. Okay, we got something. We are gonna add the Belgrail. That's just a level at least. Because we could go into the Libromancer things now, but we're gonna do the Poissonnière de Nouvelle. We're gonna target this. Then this effect triggers, getting ourselves the level 3. Then from level 3, we could go into the level 5 if we want to. Like, how much damage do we have? We have 5,000. We can summon this here. Getting this effect, drawing a card. We can go to lethal this turn. So we draw one. We could even do this, but we're going to trigger the Libromancer field spell now. Adding myself the Ritual Monster. And because we have a level 6 now, we can just do this. Ritual summoning the Libromancer boy from this one. Summon the boy, and that should be lethal. If I counted right, yeah, that's 8k. So let's just go battle. Punch him for lethal. Don't play with our food. It's important to respect the food. So don't punch it. Not playing around Gorz too, by the way. Gorz doesn't exist. You don't gotta play around Gorz. He doesn't have a field, but you don't gotta play around it, right? No one's playing Gorz these days. Surely Libromancer is fun as well. Yeah, I've heard about it. But that was pretty good display. I'm wondering what he was on. He did not play a singular card. But it took only one game for Burger to win. Kind of annoyed that the opponent didn't play a card. I kind of want to test what the deck can do against an opponent that actually plays the game. But that you see how the Libromancer helped the deck killing? Oh god. What is this? That's like so bad. I understand why he did not win. Like, there's maybe 4 normal summonable monster? 5 normal summonable monster. This is just like a bot probably or something, but I don't understand why it was sticking there and why a bot would not try to at least implement a strategy that can do stuff. But that's probably a bot we just faced. Ain't no way someone's doing that, like... And they're not insane. The deck literally cannot win. The only way the deck wins is if their normal summon doesn't get answered and they just punch. But there was a lot of URs in that deck. Okay, this hand is crazy. So we start with the Diviner. Diviner effect, sending to the grave. Do they have an end trap? They seem to have one. Is it gonna be an Ash? No. So we send to the graveyard the Herald of Arclight. Herald of Arclight is gonna trigger. I know they have something, so probably a Maxi at this point if they did not use it. Like, if they did not use the Ash for this, they either use the Ash here, or they have a Maxi somewhere. If they have a Maxi, that's kind of gonna be annoying. I would love to be able to go into Barone before. Yeah, they have the Maxi, okay. Can we play through Maxi? I do not think we can. Like, I think we just lose to Maxi. Maxi's a fun and balanced card. We just decide, do we want to lose to them drawing like 20 cards? Or do we want to just... We could probably just go one summon and go Belgrill to end there. Maybe that's the play. Like, give them one card and hope that Belgrill can carry. I think that's the play. We don't have anything else we can do. We literally do not have anything else we can do. So let's add to our end. At this point, we are going to add the fish recipe. And we are probably just going to go Belgrill here. We could pre-prep upright, try and see if we can find anything. Getting ourselves the fish recipe again. And getting ourselves the small one. Mad Burger, this man. Well, we're kind of gonna need to do something there. So I think we just do this. We give them 1 or 2 cards. I don't know if we want to go to 2 cards. But for sure, we give them 1 at least. By making the Burger Lady. Right there. Then, do we want to trigger this? That would give me the Pendulum, but that would give them a card. So I don't think we do. We just set this and pass, hoping that it's enough. Because now we can just like do this on their turn. In the draw phase, I'm gonna use the Concours de Cuisine to get on my field this one and give them this one. So if they are on If they are on Keshira, they cannot use Keshira anymore because they control a monster. We could ritual summon there. Do you want to add a ritual monster or recipe? Because we could go into the level 1. I think banishing the number of recipe cards from graveyard, special summon on nouvelle ritual monster from your end whose level is equal. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So banishing from the graveyard. We don't want to do that right now. Special summon this one, banishing the fish recipe in the grave. To special summon this small one. Then small one effect, gonna get me the... We were able to play a bit on their turn. Oh, getting the field spell is amazing. Getting the field spell is so good. We get a field spell for sure there. So if we don't like this turn, we have a play next turn. Man, the day we have an actual meta-relevant ritual deck, it's GG for like half the ritual support card. Ritual have some of the nutty cards. I know, they have so many nutty cards. Like, Ritual is an insane. And now their Imperm is off too, by the way. If they have an Imperm, it's off. If they have a Keshira monster, it's off. Let's see what they're on. We can always do Belgrill. Mind Control? That's annoying. Your opponent control attributed and if you do special summon. We're gonna do this now so they cannot use this on us. What are they on? If they're on Mind Control. So we're gonna attribute this, summon the Burger here. Then they take control of my Belgrill, but they can't use the effect right now because I already used the effect, I think. They are on Magician Soul. Is this just Dark Magician? Is this just gonna be Dark Magician? We don't have really much to do. TTT2? You're kidding me, right? Well, they're just winning now. I lose. I lose. They started TTT, Maxi, and Mind Control. I guess I'm done for. I still have the level 1 if they attack into it, but I don't think they're gonna attack. So they do Dark. They're gonna resummon my level 6 here. Then they can go into a lot. They just open crazy. I just got outplayed by the Maxi there. If they did not Maxi, I had a lot of plays. I had a lot of... Oh, they just negate my effect. Yeah, I'm just dead. I'm just literally dead. I can maybe go into Nouvelle Restaurant. This is at least gonna set itself into the scale. I got Burger. I just got like completely... Oh, they're gonna go into Access Code and kill me from there? Are they just really gonna go into Access Code? Because now they remove 3, they probably summon a Spellcaster. What is a Spellcaster they could have? Is it Veiler? Oh no, the Magician Soul. Yeah, I'm playing Burger on the ladder, and the guy opened Mind Control, Maxi, TTT. On a Mechanco deck? You're kidding me, right? Well, I just lose. They on Mechanco, they opened like everything to break my board. They even opened Magician Soul. Oh, they're gonna send this? You're on Adventure too? They're on Possessed? And they opened that crazy? I don't understand. I'm getting cooked. I'm getting completely farmed by this guy. Like, how can he open... Oh, it's splashable in Ritual deck. Well, this is not a Ritual deck. This is just a deck. Like, it's a pile of everything. Illegal Knight. So they're gonna steal a monster maybe and give it to me. Bounce those 2 back. Give me the Illegal Knight. Sadly, this is negated, so I can't do much. I might not be dead. I don't know because I get the Illegal Knight now, but they can go into Access Code with those 2. Pub this guy and I'm dead. Come on, make it quick. Make it quick. You drew everything you needed. Yeah, they go into Access Code. They're gonna pop. Like, I don't understand. I gotta see. I don't know, but I gotta see their ratios because they opened the nuts. Literally talents into Mind Control into Maxi turn 1 against me. That stopped my turn early. Like, I had full combo there. I literally had full combo against them, but they opened like Maxi into full board breaker. Into full combo on their end too. So punching here. What were they on? Yeah, Celine is standard for Access Code. That I know. Like, if someone goes into Celine, it goes into Access Code all the time. There's nothing else. Let's see their ratios. How likely was I to lose to this? So they drew the 1-up. They drew the 1-up TTT. They drew Mind Control. They had the Maxine starting end. They had the 1-up Magician Soul in their end. And that's pretty much what happened. Yeah, Yeah, it is an NTR deck, but they drew like crazy. Like, they really drew insane. And the Maxi is what killed me. Without the Maxi, I was winning this all the time. But we love that this deck keeps combo deck in check, right? This card keeps combo deck so much in check. I'm really loving, like, I've said it all the time, but I'm having a lot of love for the TCG right now, other than Master Duel. Just because of Maxi. Maxi is one of the worst cards ever printed. Maxi is one of the most unfun cards ever printed. It's literally, pass your turn or give me the win. Okay, so this is a good end. We lose to an Ash or an Imperm, but they seem to have a Maxi there, so we might just lose to the Maxi. Like, do we lose to Maxi now? Do you have the Maxi? Come on, show it to me. I know you have it. You're on a 14-card extra deck, but I know you top deck the Maxi. You're curious if the new Chinese format's gonna ban it? I hope they do. I hope they do so much. So, Diviner here, let's see if it gets negated. Does not get negated, so no Imperm on their end. Let's get the Herald effect. Getting myself, at this point, I could get the level 1, which probably is the better play. So we get the level 1. We can do the level 1 with the other guys. We're gonna start with Geek Boy now that we have a ritual in end. So we do this. We summon the Geek Boy. We go Geek Boy here, adding the field spell. I kind of want to go into Barone before I start to do stuff. So if we add the Libromancer Fire. Libromancer Fire triggers, reveal the small one. We summon this one, get the effect, get the level 6. Then we get ourselves into a Barone with those two. So we're safe from Nib now. I'm so scared of Nib all the time. So we make Barone here. Then we can go into Fish Recipe with the Geek Boy to get ourselves more stuff. So this one into the Geek Boy. If we get ourselves the level 6, we can end on the Doom Broker too, which would add us a negate. We already have a negate here, so that's a pretty good. It's funny that they added a win rate on summon, but not on resolving effect. Oh, so they don't want to show us that Maxi just wins game on its own. Okay, so add a card. If we add the field spell, it's great. The field spell is amazing. But if we add the Nouvelle's field spell, we don't have a way to ritual summon the Doom Broker. So I think I'm adding the Fish Lady. And the Fish Lady can allow me to do more stuff there. So we are going to summon the Fish Lady here. Fish Lady is going to trigger her effect. Targeting this one. We do not want to use our small one right now because we don't want to tribute our Barone for sure. Then we use this one. Gonna add to my end this thing. Getting a trap card. Then what we can do, look at this play. This play is funny, guys. We do Barone, we target this, and because this was targeted, it can use its effect. So now we use this effect. Getting ourselves the level 3 from the Fish Lady. And the level 1. Into this here. Then we draw one from this, and Fish Lady is gonna chain block. She's so good at protecting her food. So chain blocking here, getting myself the Pendulum Scale. And we hope to draw something good. Getting the burger is kind of good there. Like, it allows me to ritual summon the Doom Broker using the burger here. And that allows me to get a trap card on the field. That's gonna be a negate. So this here, I'm gonna set a Libromancer card from my deck. So setting this here, setting the other trap. So we have basically, this is when you're putting an activated card or effect, target one Libromancer, and if you do negate that activated effect. So we have one Omni, two Omni, and an effect that allows us to destroy stuff. So that's pretty good. We have a Barone too. So we have triple Omni. Plus, tribute summon of an attack position monster. I feel that's pretty fine. Thanks for the stretch. You guys make sure to stretch you. Don't become a goblin on your chair. But I feel this is a pretty good end board. Like, 3 Omni plus a tribute of a monster? That seems fine for me. And we have a lot of damage. If they don't kill me this turn, we can just kill them next turn. Standby phase. Then we don't want to use anything there. We can always wait on the trap. It can use its effect when it's flipped. Welcome Min, Jupiter Descending. Thanks for making me straight. How are you doing today? What is this? Propa Gandake. Once per turn, if you control a monster whose additional type is beast, you can declare one type. On the type you control, this card becomes declare. On the field, become the same type as this card. Monster on the field with this card's type cannot be targeted by either playing using the effect of monster. Okay. You're welcome for making it straight. Thank you so much. Well, it's always like making sure you're not a goblin on a chair. I always say, but sometimes subconsciously you start like, I'm doing good. Thanks. I love it when you guys are doing good. Anything good happened in your week? I'm doing really good myself. Like, I finally testing out Gusto build. Ooh. Like, I finally built my Burger Libromancer for ladder, and it's working pretty good. See? I have 1 Omni, 2 Omni, 3 Omni. Plus, like, something else. And we did not open that crazy of a hand. We could have opened way better. So we're gonna do this. Burger looks so nice. I love the burger. Using this, tributing this, getting into the level 5. Then level 5 adds, and it's in battle phase, so if they want a talent, it's too late now. We're gonna add to our deck the field spell. We don't need this field spell anymore, so we can get the other one. It makes a non-ritual fan like me become a ritual fan. I know! I did not like ritual summoning before. But a burger is just such a fun mechanic. It's such a fun deck. It's not that good. Like, there's some flaws to the deck, but I love it. So now we just need to find the lethal. And that should not be too hard. Baron, we don't want to say goodbye to you. We could do this, do that, summon, go into Dynamondo. Maybe that's a play. So do this, use the effect. Target this, make a 6. Oh, we can go into the Burger Lady now. So making this, it's a level 6, so we can do the fish recipe. Fish recipe using the level 6 token to make the Bale Grill. And that way we have lethal, way over lethal. I don't know what our opponent was playing, but I'm gonna take it. A win is a win. You're enjoying Libromancer as well. Libromancer is such a neat deck. Just like, I think it's like small boys having like alternate personas, right? Is that it? Like the Geek Boy and Fireboy are like the ritual version of themselves, but in like their powered up form. Magic Key is a deck. I thought it was just an engine for Suship. Yeah, comparable to Persona. That's what I got from it. Like, you activate your persona and it's just like your standard stuff. Reddit user turning into their Chad memes. Oh, yeah. We start with a pretty good end there. We can do a lot from this. Let's see if they have an Ash. It's a pile. It is a 59 card deck. Not a 60. And they draw the Ash. For sure you draw the Ash. In a 59 card, you draw the Ash Blossom. So now we can still do summon here. Nib is huge for a pile deck. Yeah, for sure. If they can break my board, I can just like nib them back. We're gonna get the fish recipe. We're gonna get more stuff. We hope for a good excavate from our Nouvelle. That's for sure. Because if we don't, that's gonna be kind of a pain. We're gonna put this in attack because we want to summon the fish lady again. Adding this, then, and we want this to end on defense. So this effect first, this effect second. I could have done this in another way because I was searching for the ritual spell anyway, and I had the level 1. I should have probably started with the fish lady to bait the Ash Blossom. That was probably the better play. Okay, we did not whiff. Whew! I I got scared there. So we could do this here. We could go into another meat recipe to go into the level 3, but that's kind of a lot of resources for not much gain. So let's do that. Summon this in defense. Then we can do meat recipe for this, this, and this to go into the level 3, draw a card. But again, I think it's like too much resources, so we might just end on this. Kind of annoying. They had the Ash in a pile, but we have the Nib, so maybe Nib's good enough. I'm gonna hate your avatar one day. Oh no! How am I gonna stream if you hate me? How am I gonna stream? It's kind of funny that only the guys are played and keep combining. But yeah, we hope that Nib saves us here. Maybe the small guy can save us too. Heroic Challenger. Okay, it's been a while since I've seen this deck. The last time I've seen Heroic Challenger, it was in the Maple Edison tournament when someone thought that they could bring an Xyz archetype into Edison. That was the last time I saw this. Okay, so getting to level 4s. I know it's an Xyz rank 4 strategy. I don't know if they have a way to deal with the small little guy here. And if they don't, I'm sure the big number in attack deck will work against you. Exactly. So now they're gonna punch into what? Okay, they punch into this. That's fine. They're gonna add an heroic card. Sure. I don't trigger my small guy, which is kind of annoying, and I lose my fish lady, which is annoying. If we had the level 3, we could have done more. But this goes there. You're kidding, right? Did you not read my cards? Before damage can destroy that monster. So we're gonna do this here. Go into this one there, and I'm gonna try and bait them into attacking into the tree again. I'm gonna bait them into replaying the attack. And I'm gonna try and make them re-target this. And I should be able to... Yeah, he did not read! He did not read! Oh, let's go! Get rid of your field! I'm here now! Getting this guy now, and we draw a card. Oh, this guy screwed up so bad. We had the field spell there for the next turn. We love Heroic Challenger, right? So now they don't have much on their field. They normal summon already, so I don't know what they can do. They're in battle phase. They cannot evenly me. End phase. There we go. We should be able to clean it up now. No more Ash, no more anything else. Diviner's an insane top deck there. So let's start with the field spell, see if they have anything else. Add a card to my end. We're gonna add, at this point, we're gonna add the trap card. Does not seem to have an Ash anymore. Who would have thought in a 60 card deck that you would not get your second Ash? Then Diviner here, sending the Herald to the grave. Then Herald effect. And they surrender. Whew! That was a rough game at the start. But like, this guy just played like... I completely baited him. When I tried, I was like, I'm gonna summon in defense. His monster can destroy defense monsters, so I'm gonna be able to bait it easily, and he's gonna attack again. But look at this. One of Mirror Force, one of Quaking, one of sort of really like double summon there. This guy's cooking. He needs to cut his deck down a bit. He's got way too many cards. An 8-card extra deck. So it is a new player. A new player that just made a deck. And I'm kind of sad now. I feel sorry for bullying a kid. So is Magic really not good as a deck? Only an engine? From what I heard. Yeah, it's gold. That's fair. From what I heard, Magic-Key is not that great of a deck on its own. But it's a great ritual engine. If you're running a ritual deck or anything, it can help you a lot. And it's a normal monster support engine. Okay, double maxi here. We're gonna need this Diviner to do a lot of work. A lot of the work. So please don't have an Ash this time. He's on 44 cards. So maybe? If they don't have an Ash, we can go into a lot here. But if they have an Ash, we kind of die on that hill. Okay, no Ash here. Doesn't seem to have a Maxi 2, so we might be able to cook. We trigger the Herald. Herald's gonna add me the level 1. Then we can just do the play there. So fish recipe is gonna get me the meat recipe. Then we can do this using the Herald. And the Herald's gonna give me our secret effect. So if we do this here, like this, add a card, we add the meat recipe, then we do this first, because we want to chain block the Diviner if we can. The Diviner is really important here. The Activate's fine, but if we don't hit, we are kind of in trouble. We hit the best card we could. Okay, we're safe. We hit the field spell twice, too. So let's add the field spell here. Field spell's gonna go Brazy. Then Diviner gets me the Fish Lady. Then Fish Lady gets me a monster. We get ourselves... We could get a trap. We have the Omni. We have the other trap. So that could be good. Like, if we get a level 1, that doesn't do much. The Fish Recipe doesn't do much. We have another... It is bad for you. Stop it. I know, Mark. Thanks for the lurk. We're gonna trigger this. This is gonna add me a recipe card. So, adding to my end the... recipe here, because the other one's gonna be recycled anyway at the end phase, so we don't really need to do anything. Sadly, we don't have much to continue on from this. So let's set 2. We have Maxi for them. The field spell is gonna recycle me some cards. Cycling this, cycling at this point, we want the Diviner back. The Herald we're running 2, so for now we don't need to shuffle the Herald back. Getting the Doom Broker. Like, this was a pretty weekend board, but we still ended on an Omni and a Tribute of a normal summon. So that's fine. Probably should have summoned the Fish Lady in attack, but if we go into the level 3, we can deal with the... We can tribute the Fish Lady to tribute their monster afterward. So they are going to go into Bishol, targeting the Herald. We are going to do the Maxi here. We kind of want to draw some cards. Maybe get into something good. Do they have something to stop this? Okay, so Bishol's a bit annoying. Getting a monster for free on the field, they can summon it in defense. Gusto walk so Mechanco could run. I know. The freeze. It's my goat mad. Welcome in, Mango. I hope you're doing good. So this here's fine. I'm gonna let this resolve. They can add the monster in end phase. That's completely fine. Thank you for making sure I'm straight. I'm standing up right now, to be honest. My standing desk is up. And stretching, too. Okay, so they're gonna get this. I'm pretty sure I want to negate that, but no. Because it's already resolved. At this point, they get another monster, but they don't have a Dark in the Grave. I don't have a Dark in the Grave. So if they want to do Druid Swarm, they need to get rid of the Lubellion. And I'm done with that. Battle phase. We are gonna do... Okay, they did not read the small one. So we're gonna do this. Using the effect. Are they gonna use anything else? They could do... I know it's a Lubellion. It's the Druid Swarm in their end that they can activate. But we're gonna do this. Getting myself the level 3 here. And now we can pretty much... They're probably gonna try and Druid Swarm there. But I'm gonna Omni the Druid Swarm if they try. Because I'm pretty sure they want to go punch in with a Druid Swarm and try and get some values out of this. Yeah, they're gonna try and Druid Swarm, but they seem to be running out of gas, to be honest. So if I negate the Druid Swarm there, they're not gonna be able to get their Lubellion back on the field if they cannot get a dragon there. We want to... If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard. So we want to destroy the Druid Swarm for sure. We don't want them to keep the card. Then drawing one. I like watching Macedol because I have no idea what's going on and being Dormer do damage. We're playing a burger deck right now. Like, we're playing a food-based archetype with the burger. They're cooking. They're literally cooking right now. End phase. We could do... No, that's not going to do anything. But I think I'm still going to do this to let him cook. I'm cooking so hard. We're going to make a token here in the end phase just to get more levels on the field. That could always be good. So right there, small little token, level 3. He's playing a deck based off of him. It has good food. He's food. The streamer's edible. I am edible. So what are they gonna get now? They're probably gonna get the Druid Swarm again? Oh no, so it is D-Link? Is this really D-Link or is it Red Eyes like Bishol? Because if it is D-Link, I don't understand how this guy breaks so hard. So we're gonna start with this. Getting ourselves the revealing, this one, and this one. Konami should pay you for the idea of this deck. I don't think so. I'm a flan. They're burgers. If they make the Xyz one though, now we're talking because she's making dessert. So if we make this one now, so we have this, we can shuffle this guy back and draw a card. That might be good enough because I don't really see myself making the 5. So if we do this, we cycle the level 5 back into the deck, draw a card, maybe we draw into a Libromancer monster. We draw into this, which could be pretty good. We cannot pre-prep of Ride because we don't have any more ritual spell in the deck. That's kind of funny, to be honest. If we do this, we summon the level 5 on our field. That won't do much, but this allows us... You can send this card from your field. The ritual summon one Nouvelle monster. I think we do this. We get the Fish Lady, get another monster on the field to get ourselves into the Tirama Dolce. Kinda, I would say I could be the... you know the one that is the Nemorelia? The, like, Nightmare cupcakes and everything? I think I could be that archetype. Like a Nightmare Flan, haunting your dream. Then we add to our end the level 1. Then we can do the fish recipe. We can actually do this here, maybe? Because if we do that there, we target the level 3. Then level 3 triggers, getting myself the tribute. We tribute the defense position monster there. I don't know what deck I'm building X now. Ooh. So we tribute this. Then summon the level 5. I'm trying to find lethal right now. That's what I'm trying to do. So getting some bit of attack. This is gonna get me a card. This is gonna reset itself into the skill. Yo, Fantastic Mike, what up? Welcome in, man in the back. I hope you're doing good. We are burger cooking right now. We can get the Bell Grill, I think. Because we can make the level 6 for it. We can just do the fish recipe into the Bell Grill, sending the Benten. Making this using... the Benten from in. We're gonna get a Diviner there. We're trying to find lethal right now. That's basically what we're trying to do. So right this, Benten's gonna trigger, getting myself the Diviner. So right this way. At work right now on my lunch just to see burger deck cooking. Now I'm hungry. Ooh. What are you eating in your lunch? So we could do a Chaos Angel, which is funny. Probably gonna do... Crush Sheep with this and this. Summoning a Crush Sheep here. Then we can do Diviner summon there. Diviner effect. Crush Sheep should trigger? Or is it just special summon? Oh, it's only special summon. I didn't know that. So we send a Diviner here. The Herald here. Herald's gonna get me the... what do we want? We cannot do this one, so maybe get this guy here. Now we want the level 1. So if we do the fish recipe again, I'm gonna go into a Barone right now. So getting the level 1, using the level 2 in end, because we don't need it anymore. Getting into the level 1. We're close to getting lethal. No card in deck that can do this. We can excavate, see what we can find. We don't really have a good target anymore, but any levels is fine. Like, adding ourselves a level monster. It's crazy that we did not see any Libromancer in this hand. Like, no Libromancer card. So now what we can do is... Oh, we... So this... No? Why can't we... Oh, we can only use Nouvelle for extra deck stuff. Well, we can do... Okay, we are gonna miss out on... I kind of screwed up there then. Because we can only use Nouvelle stuff. I kind of forgot about that, to be honest. We can do... Flip this to attack. We have 7.4k. So if we do... this... And we send the Herald... We are gonna be able to... Oh, we cannot? I guess we can't use anything else than Nouvelle. Well, I guess we're getting a draw. We're not killing them. We get 2 draws from this, which is pretty good. 2 draws to discard, that's fine. I screwed up so bad this chain. Like, this turn, I screwed up amazingly bad. I did so many mistakes. So we are going to discard this. We are going to discard this one. We don't really need it. Then this one's going to draw one. We could not kill you. Sorry, my guy. I tried to kill you. I was not BMing. I was trying to kill. But this deck struggles to kill if I don't find the Libromancer stuff. We're going to go with the lower level monster to get longer tribute chain. Yeah, that's fair. But the thing is, the bigger monster have more impact on the game. So if you go into the bigger monster, they're better to end on. So if you end on level 3 only, it's better most of the time I feel to end on the level 5. Because the level 5 does not need you to get rid of a monster, and it's proactive. You do not need to wait for them to target something. Okay, this hand can go crazy if we don't get ashed. If we get ashed, we're kind of sad. But even if we get ashed, we have a way to play through this. Add a card. We have the fish, we have this one, so we are gonna add the counter trap. Yeah, this streamer always makes me hungry. I feel you, but that's why he's the best. We are gonna do the fish recipe. That's why Benten is in the deck, by the way. I'm even thinking of pumping Benten to 2. But I don't know. I don't know if I want her in the deck that often. But now we can do the small one, added meat recipe. And then the Benten's gonna trigger. We want to trigger the Benten first to chain block. Then we do this second to excavate, see if we can find anything. If we find any ritual monster, we're fine. So, can we add the fish lady? I don't even know. We can! That's great! So that's even better. Now Benten's gonna add us a diviner. With this, we can do diviner normal summon. Normal summon of the diviner. We send the Herald. For some reason, I thought I heard M-Pen. I was like, why would you, for the love of Christ, put a dead card in the deck? No. So we're gonna get ourselves... At this point, we have the meat recipe. We could go for the level 3 there. We could go for the Libromancer level 6, but we don't have the ritual for it, which is kind of annoying. But I think I'm going for the level 3. We're tributing the diviner there for the level 3. Then Diviner's gonna summon the Fish Girl. So right there, we're gonna have the level 1, we're gonna have the level 3. We can do more stuff. The Diviner's gonna get us the... Poissonnière. So we summon this in defense, in the safe spot. Well, if we talk about dead card, there was a guy today suggesting to put Floowandereeze and Unexplored Wind in the Vampire deck. And that is a dead card. That is such a dead card. But apparently it's the best card that vampires have access to. So let's get from the deck. We summon this one. We search ourselves a card. We could ritual summon now, but it doesn't do much. So we search a card. We want to add this one. So we are going to have both traps. Kind of annoying that we don't have a way to do more. But we can do that. Maybe we find something that would be useful there. Not really useful. We could have put her in attack to go into another level 3, but I don't think that's necessary. So if we do we can try and fix our end with like the Crush Sheep. So I think I might do that. Like we do Crush Sheep with this and this. Right there. So we point to a ritual monster. Then we set the pendulum scale there. Then pendulum scale triggered, targeting this one. Then we do not want to use the Pueltis, that's for sure. We summon this one on the Crush Sheep arrow. Then we use Crush Sheep, we draw 2, we discard 2. That's a pretty good draw, to be honest. I don't think I need the other field spell, so let's get rid of it. Then we fixed a bit of our end. I'm kind of worried about the girl here, because if she gets destroyed, that's our... No, are we running through them? Are we running to... I think that's our final one, so we kind of gotta protect this girl. The Nouvelle one. But having the level 3 on field is gonna be pretty easy to protect her. We're gonna get back the meat recipe, and we are gonna get back... At this point, I kind of want the Ben 10 back in the deck, because it's a big monster that I can use to... ritual with. Getting the pre-prep after the turn is kind of a slap in the wrist. I wanted that before to search. That wouldn't even work. Doesn't Flu luck themselves to win monster like Gusto? But what they mean is that the unexplored win just says that if you would tribute summon a monster that needs 2 tribute, you can tribute a card your opponent control. So that could work with vampires sometime because they have 2 tribute monster. But most of the time you only run 1 2 tribute monster, which is Voivode. And most of the time, Sucker is going to be on the field. And if you have Zombie World, you're going to be able to tribute 2 of your opponent monsters. So Unexplored Win is just worse than that. So I just don't understand. The game was like breaking my mind. I did not understand. That's why I said Reddit is losing me brain cell. I did not understand. Like, I did not understand what his point was. How do you say that Wolo... I can understand Wolo a bit, but he was saying that Beatrice was a bad card in 2023. Do you agree? Do you agree that a deck that makes Beatrice is bad? Like, do you agree that there's no good target in 2023 for Beatrice? Like, it's insane, right? Beatrice is one of the best Xyzs. It's for a reason that she's limited to 1 in the TCG. But what was the guy on? He just didn't play anything. He was on Time Lord. I can tell you have different energy levels compared to the last time I was here. Oh, what was I like the last time I was here? I don't remember the last time we saw. I'm having fun with the burger right now. For sure there's weakness to the deck. The deck's not the greatest. You didn't go to Reddit. Well, what you guys don't know is that I usually scroll Reddit. I've been scrolling Reddit for a long time. Like, I prefer to scroll Reddit than Twitter. Because even though Reddit people are pretty dumb most of the time, they're smarter than Twitter user. So I'm taking the better evil for me. And I can find some gems on Reddit, to be honest. I like the format of Reddit. I just don't like some people in the comment. 4chan people are more dumb, though. That's fair. But 4chan is always going to be 4chan. So they have to... Are they going to summon 5 times? Please tell me they do. Please tell me they summon 5 times. I'm going to nip their ass so much. But yeah, I always was on Reddit for a long time. I don't remember what was my Reddit anniversary. But it was a long time ago. So 3 summon there. Then we have this. They're probably going to do 5, to be honest. So we should be fine. I kind of want to bait them into going more. But if they do Marta, yeah, they're going to do Marta there. Then we can nib the Marta, and it's going to be devastating. So we have this here, and now we nib. So no normal, no monster on the field. They get a rock, we get a rock. Nib is so insane. And the rock is an attack too, so we can just tribute it with our stuff. I don't care if you get a big rock. It's not going to last. Setting a card. There we go. Setting 2 cards. That's kind of worrisome, though. Setting 2 cards is a bit more than I expected. Getting this is insane. So we are going to do the preparation of Ride there. not playing to the imperm column if we don't need to. Then adding ourselves, we have the fish recipe, but we need the fish recipe again. Anyway, any ritual spell can do it. So we add this. We are gonna summon this one. Or do I? I don't know if I want to. I can play the field spell here. Get myself a Libromancer monster. They have the Twin Twister. Okay. They're on Metal Reflex Slime? Oh god. Yeah, Fortune has done some pretty hilarious things, but the place in itself is kind of bad, to be honest. It is not the best place to be. So we could do normal summon the fish girl. They have one trap now. The spell was kind of annoying. Like iPhone troll back in the day. Do you remember when 4chan searched for flag? There was like a guy hiding flags or stuff. And they literally did like a CIA level search to find where the guy was. Like sometimes 4chan can do some funny stuff. Sometimes they do some really bad stuff. So, yeah, I don't mess with any of those sites. I mean, I do use Reddit for Macedol news. I use Reddit for Macedol. I use Reddit for my, like, local news because a lot of people speak on my local area subreddit. So I go there to see the news, see what people are thinking about politics, about what's happening with, like, manifestation and everything of stuff. So I like to scroll those things. And I just like to see, like, communities. So I have some communities, I mean... I love the maybe. The subreddit maybe is one of a pretty funny one, to be honest. Other than that, there's the what is a subreddit again? There's a subreddit where people are like just stupid. It's basically Murphy's Law. Because I saw someone trying to do some like skateboard trick on a ramp, and they just decided, let's put big pants that are kind of fireproof, put some gas on them, and put them on fire while I do tricks. So basically what happens is the guy puts the pants on, put gas on them, put fire, and starts running while trying to remove the pants because it's way too hot. Who thought that putting fire on yourself would be too hot? Another one that I saw on that was like, they had a leaf blower. They wanted to do a homemade like flamethrower, and they had a leaf blower. So what they did is they got themselves some like gas again. It's always with gas. I don't understand why people are playing with gas that much. So they had gas. They had a leaf blower. They blew gas, and then they ignited the gas with some fire thing. But the thing is, it did not make a flamethrower. It made some flames and then backdraft into the leaf blower and burned them. So like, people are just stupid in life. They really are. And what is this? Control a monster, you can normal summon this card without shooting. When this card is normal, you can banish. Oh? Turret Warrior? What am I facing today? What am I facing? What does gold come to? Like, I know gold's not the most meta thing, but this is literally like Timmy's first deck. I'm sorry, my guy. I'm really sorry for what I'm about to do. We kind of need this Diviner to land, but we should be fine, right? They're never gonna negate the Diviner. We send the Herald. They're not running Ant Trap in this. Ain't no way they're running Ant Traps. So we are gonna add to our, and at this point we need a ritual spell, which is kind of sad. We did not get any ritual. But that way we can ritual summon the level 5 using the Benton. Then we can do the level 5 here. I should have made him in defense so that I can do stuff. But Benton effect first, the level 5 effect second. It's not a quick effect because I summoned him from just a ritual spell. But the other thing is going to be a quick effect. So we want the restaurant there. So the restaurant's going to get a recipe, and it's going to allow us to cycle things. We get an arrow diviner for next turn, maybe. We get this. This is going to add me a recipe. So at this point, I kind of want the Counter Trap. I think the Counter Trap is going to be good enough for this deck, to be honest. We are going to use this, targeting his monster, tributing it, getting ourselves the lady. Then we have this one here. I should have put her in defense too. I'm so dumb. Well, I can put a diviner in defense though. So we do this. We target the diviner here. We summon this small one there. Getting ourselves the search. I could have went with the level 1 then. And the recipe there to go into the level 1 to excavate. But this trap doesn't do really much at this point. So let's go for a level then. We don't have the spell, so that's kind of annoying. But that allows us to cycle this a bit. See if we can find anything. So getting the Geek Boy, but we don't have any more ritual monsters, so that's kind of annoying. We could go into those two into like Crush Sheep or stuff, but that's not really good. So let's just go battle. Punch for some damage. I screwed up this turn so bad. I really screwed up this turn, but that's fine. We still have a pretty okay board. No quick effect on this guy is gonna hurt. But we have a counter trap. And we might be able... Why is Dragon Link such BS? I know. It's mostly the Link one, I would say. Like, the Link one is the most troublesome card. If they did not have that Link one, Dragon Link would be fine. But the Link one giving them everything... Like, I always say this. Link ones are a mistake for the game. Link ones are the worst mistake. Oh, I know what I could have done. I'm dumb. I should have done Elf with those two. Then Elf resummon the Herald on their turn to go into an Entis Pup. That would have been the play. Yeah. Now I see it. Now I see the play that I should have done. But that's fine. We should still be okay. We have 2 tributes for their stuff. No, 1 tribute and 1 Omni Negate. So we probably are okay. We have a nib, but I don't believe his deck can summon more than 4 times. I really don't. After what we've seen, like, I don't think this deck can summon more than 4 times. He's on Exo Sister? Sure, I don't want him to have a monster on the field. So let's tribute this. Get myself the Burger. There we go. Burger is on the field, guys. Burger's here. You can banish cards, tribute summon as many monster as your opponent control. That's a pretty funny effect. It rarely comes up, the trap. Battle phase, are they gonna have an evenly? I have a counter for evenly, so are they gonna have anything there? Main phase 2, no. So end phase, and we're pretty good to just kill them. I'm not gonna play with my food. I'm watching food play cards. You're watching food play cards about food. I hope you're enjoying. How you doing, Lu Chao? Lu Chao the Wolf. Did I say your name correctly? I don't know if the pronunciation was good. I'm really bad with names. But I gotta see what he was cooking. This guy was on something. I kind of feel bad. This feels like bullying children, to be honest. Like, what was he on? Oh? Is this... That's 2 times that I've seen, like, those cards happen. Is this a new trend of people, like, running decks with no synergies at all? Like, people are just running deck. Diviner with no target to send, really. Like, what are you doing? What is the goal of this deck? Is this a new bot thing that they're just playing cards and hoping to get games? Take my follow for this hilarity. I don't understand. I faced another guy earlier. I think, was this one? No, that was not this one. That was a bit before. Was it before my loss? Oh yeah, this guy did nothing. Was this one? No, that was before the reset. Was this guy? Yeah, look. There's nothing in this deck that does anything. Is that a new kind of bot that's on the ladder or something? Because literally, none of those cards are doing anything. They have like a Rhino Heart, they have a Moye, they have a Martha, but Martha does not do anything. So I'm guessing this might be a new deck going on ladder, but a new bot going on ladder. But there's too many URs in this for it to be a bot, IMO. Like, Rhino Heart is a UR. Martha is a UR, so I don't understand. And I can't believe someone is crazy enough to make this their deck. Unless they actively want to lower their ranking. Okay, this end can do pretty much everything we want. Unless we get max seed, we should be pretty fine. But yeah, we're playing the burger right now, but usually what I'm running is... That's fine, we didn't care about the pre-prep that much. We prefer to have the Geek Boy stuff, but most of the time what I'm playing is... Vampires. Vampire is my pet deck. So we're gonna reveal this, we're gonna summon the Geek Boy here. They did have the Ash, but I kind of wanted this to resolve more than the pre-prep. So we're gonna add the field spell, then the field spell is gonna trigger, adding me the Fireboy. Then Fireboy is gonna trigger here, targeting the Doombroker. A fellow gold tier, my deck that's not supposed to just got back into gold tier, it's a Troll Burnstall. Well, the thing is, I didn't have much time this season because I went to the YCS, I did a lot of stuff, so I didn't have much time. But last season, we almost got to Master with Vampire. We were grinding for the Master grind. We are gonna do this. We are gonna get into this one using... It's kind of annoying that we need to use this one, I think, because we don't... We kind of want... I should have done something before. I should have made Crush Sheep so I could draw. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb there. We can do then use... Like, it's not gonna be a great end board. Because if I did the Crush Sheep, I could have drawn 2. I could have discarded 2 afterwards. So I could have made more. But we can still probably end on this and IP. Is it even good? Do we want to end on IP? We could end... Is this once per turn? It is. But we could do the Dynamundo. Dynamundo, what is the other effect of Dynamundo? During your opponent's turn, you can tribute this card and target one ritual monster in your graveyard. Either add it to your end or special summon it. So we could add the burger back. That might be good enough. Like, we do the Dynamundo with... We can do with the other one? What is the text on Dynamundo? Including a ritual. Okay, we cannot. We cannot do this. Because we need a ritual. Now the question is, do we make IP? Do we not? If we make IP, we need to use the intervention before, but I think it's still good. We screwed up really bad there. I'm gonna be honest. We didn't mess up. We could have played that turn way better than this. But that's fine. We're learning the deck. It's like the first day I've played this deck. So we're still learning. We're making mistake. And you learn more from your mistake than your success. So it's kind of fine that we do mistakes. Okay, so they are on Rescue Ace. At this point, if I negate this, do negate the activation. Okay, it does not destroy. So negating this does nothing. So we're just gonna wait on that. We have a negate. If they go Hydrant or something, we can just negate it. Does this target? Target one Libromancer. It's only... Oh, that's not great. Having Olion as a normal summon is not amazing. Okay, we should be fine here. So Hydrant there. We're gonna do that there to stop the Hydrant. We're gonna target this guy, bring him back to end. Then we don't want to do IP right now, but we now have our IP open. So we negate this, we special summon the fire. Well, at this point, none of them can really add anything, I think. But this one can at least get me maybe a monster. I don't know the Libromancer that much. Libromancer is the part of the deck that I know the least. So it's only from deck, so because I don't have more like Libromancer monster, I can't really do much here. But we have enough bodies for IP to go into Unicorn. They're going into something. Okay. So now they're gonna make a token? But with this, I think I just go into Unicorn. I bounce their Barricade board blocker, and they cannot go into Aurorodon. So we go into this, using this, and I think that's good enough to win. Like, if they have a token, they already normal, they already use their extra normal, so this should be fine. Unicorn here, gonna bounce back. Discarding. Do you want to discard the burger card? I don't think we do. The Geek Boy doesn't do much at this point, so let's discard the Geek Boy. Bounce this back. And now they're on 1 token. We are relying on our Monster Reborn. Okay, we might be screwed now. The Monster Reborn changes the plan a bit. So, what are they gonna go into? They can't go into Hydrant again? They're gonna go into IP, so they can't get into Auroradon again. I think we lose. The Monster Reborn was a bit too much. This goes into Auroradon, and then they just make like 5 negates and we lose. I love Auroradon deck. It's so fun. It's always the same line. It's just how you get to Auroradon. But yeah, we screwed up so much first turn. We had a way better board. Oh, they make Elf? Then they revive the Olion? I don't really understand what they're doing. End phase. Okay, we're good. I was scared of the Auroradon there. Was there something locking them? Pre-prep is amazing here. Pre-prep is everything we needed. What a top deck. Unless this is an Ash. Like, this does everything we need. So we are gonna get this. And we're gonna get the level 1. We don't really care about the level 1. At this point, I'm gonna make the level 5. We could go Doom Broker again, but here we go. Would have made the level 5, would have tributed their elf, go into the Burger Lady, then negate their effect and tribute their monster, then go into Access Code to kill them. But that was a pretty... Even though I screwed up, we were able to make it back, so I'm pretty happy about this game. We are almost in Platinum. One more win with the Burger and we would have made it to Platinum now. Do we go for Diamond? We're not too... Like, we're not too late in the season. We could try and go for Diamond this season. We have a pretty okay hand. We have the Maxi too if we need to. They have something, which is scary. We are gonna do this. This is gonna add me a recipe. But the end is not great, to be honest. Do they have the Ash? If they have the Ash for this, I cannot lose. Can I open the Geek Boy or something? Add a card to my end. We're gonna add the fish recipe. Then we can just go into this here, trying to draw something better. So let's go this back into the deck. Then draw a card. I feel they have a Maxi there. I feel what they're waiting on is the Maxi. Okay, we got a Nib. We are gonna do the fish recipe to get ourselves the level 2 on field at least. I'm expecting the Maxi at this point. Like, they've been holding a reaction since forever and they still have... Yeah, I knew that. But they're only gonna get 1 for 1 and we have the Nib in backup. We have the Maxi too. We should be able to make it out of this, I feel. So we are gonna special summon the... We could go into this. That would get us an Omni, but I feel I prefer to go into the level 2 and keep the Nib in my end. So we are gonna do this, sending this to the grave. Summoning this in defense. Not the craziest board, don't get me wrong, but we can't seem to open the 3 of Diviner, the 2 of... Oh, I'm dumb. I should not have said yes to that. I just said yes because I thought it was the level 1. I'm super dumb there. I'm autopiloting right now. I'm on autopilot and I screwed up. I could have added more cards, draw one more card. That would have been better. We still should be fine, but that was a big blunder. Like, I'm curious of what they're playing. If they have the Call by the Grave, it's gonna be dicey, but the Nib might get this out of here. But if the Maxi does not resolve, we're kind of in a bad spot. Kaiju, is that Mikanko? Is that a Mikanko deck? The Kaiju is really annoying there, setting a card, so they did not do anything from their Maxi there. It might be Labyrinth, to be honest. It might be a Labyrinth deck. I would not be too surprised if it is a Labyrinth. We're gonna keep the Maxi for their turn if it is. But now we're top decking. This is a pretty good top deck, but it's not doing it on its own. We are gonna summon this. see if they have anything now for us. Using the Fish Lady. Fish Lady is gonna get us the... anything we really want, to be honest. So if we kept this, we would have had one more card in end. That would have been great if I did not blunder that much. We are gonna get ourselves the small one here, I think. Like, we could get the fish recipe or the other ones, but they don't do much. So getting a monster is better, I feel. And we just go battle, probably. Battle there. Punch into the face down, see what it is. It's gonna give us some ideas on what they're playing. Blackwings. Blackwing Dysonib. We should be fine, guys. Blackwing Dysonib so hard. We don't even need to force ourselves too much. We just pass on this, and I feel we're still safe. Even though our board isn't amazing, we should be fine. Like, Blackwing shouldn't be able to do much against this. We're gonna wait for the Maxi. We really need this Maxi to at least draw one to cycle. We're in top deck mode, so we need this Maxi to at least replace itself. So we can't Maxi in the hope that they like... Okay. So then target one face of monster, your opponent controls, and one synchro. That's fine. You just send a synchro and then you negate the effect. But that doesn't do anything. This doesn't have an effect on the field. So I'm guessing they kind of want their... Okay, they're sending this one. They need the dragon though. So they have the Blackfeather Whirlwind. That's fine. They don't seem to have a way. They are gonna Zephrus there to resummon. If they use Zephrus effect, I'm gonna Maxi. I'm still not worried, to be honest. They are gonna use Twin Shadow. Okay, so they are gonna shuffle some stuff, special summon a monster. We are gonna Maxi them, try and survive this turn, and hope that they summon more than 5 times so we can nib them. Okay, so they shuffled this, they shuffled this. Then we go Maxi now. Unless they have a call by, unless they have an Ash, the Maxi should resolve. They have an answer, so maybe they have a call by. They drew the call by for turn. Come on! So now the Rug's gotta save us. That was one hell of a top deck. Top decking the call by in our Maxi turn. Well, we're gonna try and see if we can survive this, guys, and if we get a good top deck there. That is going bad. We might lose to this. But I feel they're gonna go full combo, and they should play into the nib. They should play Art into the nib. Now with this, they should go into the Dragon, I think. They sent a 6 and a 2. So it's probably Blackwing Dragon that they're making there. But Blackwing Dragon on its own doesn't do much. But they can get themselves the Zephrus back. They can get the Whirlwind. They're thinking about what they want to summon. I don't understand the Hold Up because the only really 8 they can do... Okay, they go the Ascendant. Okay. So this one pops 2 cards, right? So they're going to pop those 2. If they end on this, it's going to be rough. But they should be able to Black Whirlwind. So that's 1 summon. That's going to be 2. The Zephrus is going to be 3. But I don't think they're going to summon more than 5. So we might lose to this Skullby. Depending on what we draw, we might lose to this. This guy's taking forever to do his plays. It's not that hard to click buttons. Like, you use this, you... Okay, so they use Zephrus. They did not want to use... Oh, it's only face-up defense on the field with defense lower than this. But he could have popped the other one. And yeah, he's not going to summon more. Like, he's going to punch it to this, but I still have the Kaiju, so I'm still doing kind of fine. Like, I don't really understand where he's going with this. The callback was really rough for us. But he did not want to use the Black Whirlwind. For some reason, he synchroed for a Blackwing monster, so the Black Whirlwind should have triggered there. Oh, that card. It's amazing. We just drew the nuts. This here, we know the card in hand, so it's all going to come down to the trap card. Please don't be an Imperm. If it is an Imperm, I'm going to be so pissed. Now it's either we go into Entis to pop the card and go for some damage, but I think we go for the Diviner. So Diviner here, is gonna get me the fish recipe. Another call by? You're kidding me, right? Again? Again? Okay, this guy just drew call by. That's annoying. So what do we want to do? We could do Crush Sheep. It doesn't do much. We could punch into this to try and get rid of the Zephrus. I know they have Black Whirlwind, so if we just punch into this, they might not have a way to get rid of the Kaiju other than crashing into it. Do I want to keep the Herald or something else? It's super annoying, this game. Like, double call by for both my Maxi and everything, it's so tilting. But we can do only IP and Crush Sheep. Those don't do... It's an awkward situation. I'm wondering if I punch into the 2800 or if I punch into the Zephrus. Because they might have a way to deal with my stuff, so maybe punching into... I think I'm gonna crash. Yeah, I'm gonna crash. I don't want them. Oh? I did not read. Does this have... During each of your opponent's turn the first time... Oh! I did not read. Never mind. But that's so annoying. I just hope they draw a card that allows them to combo so I can nib their ass. Because the guy drew double Call by the Grave. It's so tilting. The first one I was fine. Call buying the Maxi was fine. Call buying my other thing was so annoying. Please combo off. Please let me rock your world. He's gonna combo off, guys! He drew the combos! Unless he stops before the 5th summon. But I don't think he's gonna be smart enough to stop before the 5th summon. He's gonna see the line. He's gonna like summon 5 time. Sending this, going into the dragon. Then he can resummon the pants. The pants gonna synchro with this into the 6. So that's 3 summons there. He's gonna make 4 now. Please make 5. Please make 5 for me. Yeah, he's making 5 this turn. So getting into this thing. I'm gonna turn this to off for now. Because I don't want him to know that I have Nib. I want him to make double Tax Dragon. And then for him to die from there. So he should make a Tax Dragon with this and then make a Tax Dragon again. If he knows how the decks work. So yeah, Tax Dragon there. Going into... And now he's going to be... Oh, I did my 5th summon, so I'm safe. So let's make the other one to go for game. I'm just trying to bait him so hard there. Please go for another one. I know you can. So please do. There we go. And we turn this to on now. Now we win. Maybe? Maybe not. It's gonna depend on what happens. But now we nib. We nib this board. We're gonna take... Do we take damage, actually? So, tributing this. Getting the nib. I'm gonna put the token in defense. I would like to have it in attack, but it's gonna be a big token. And Diviner triggers too. That's neat. So, this one here. Then we get this effect. I kind of want to just banish a recipe to get the other one. And get our play started. Finally. We can finally play the game. There we go. Then this one triggers. Getting ourselves... And we can just Dynamondo this if we need to. I think the field spell is going to be so good there. Getting a field spell, and we are winning this game. It was a rough game. It was a really rough game, but we baited the nib. We waited until they didn't have a way to resummon their monsters. And now they're left with a rock and nothing else. So we should be fine to win this one. What do we draw? We draw the best card in the deck. We literally draw the best card in the deck. We are going to do this here. Add the designated card. We're going to add the... fish recipe again. Then we are gonna do Diviner of Herald. Diviner is gonna trigger, getting myself the... I'm wondering if I send the Entis. The Entis would break this. We could go into Dynamondo. That's 2k. That's not enough though. So if I send this, I can make the level 5. The level 5 won't be able to banish this. If we got the meat recipe before, I could have went with the 2. I could have went way better there. If I went with the fish recipe instead, I could have gotten more out of this. So instead, I think I'm just gonna go for Antis. And Antis effect pop this. Then we can go into... Oh, never mind. We can go into Barone there. So we do those one. We're not gonna have the Fish Lady anymore. Both of our Fish Lady are in the extra deck. That's kind of sad. But still, that's gonna be better than what we could have done. So we summon this. We go into Barone there. We pop their back row. And what does Blackwing do on one card against a Barone de Fleur? Like, what can the deck do? We pop this. We don't kill this turn, but we don't need to kill. We've secured the victory at this point. Like, we punch for 3k, we punch for 3k. They're on 900, and they don't have much they can do. For sure, if I played better, I could have went for game there. If last turn I thought about my plays more, I added a meat recipe. And then that time with the Diviner, I added the level 2. I could have meat recipe with the Diviner there, getting into the level 2s, flip the token in attack, and then summon the other thing, or go into like the level 2 with the Fish Lady, then target the level 2, tribute the Nib token, go into the level 4 or the level 3, and go from there. That would have been the play, but we made it to Platinum with Burger, guys. We made it to Platinum. There's probably some ratios to fix in this deck. Like, there's some stuff that I see I could change. But pretty good run. Pretty good run if I say so myself. So those two for 80 gems. We're getting close to another 10 pulls. But I think for tonight, that's probably going to be it. So let's see who we can raid tonight. Oh, there's Stim online. We don't get a chance to raid Stim often. So I think I'm just going to send you guys there. We really do not get a chance to raid Stim often. So let's start the raid for Stimpack VT. I don't know what she's doing right now. Let me check. She's playing Master Duel, so she's playing with Maple too. So we're gonna go to Maple too. We're gonna be able to say that she's learning Blackwing, so we're gonna be able to say that we rocked a Blackwing player's world. But thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for being all of you that joined me today. Thank you so much for hearing me just ramble for 3 hours on. It's always fun to just have people there listening to me just talk about random stuff and playing a funny card game. So I think I'm going to send you to Stimpack. And from there, I'm going to go rest up. Just relax for the rest of the night. I hope you guys do the same. And I'm going to see you again on Sunday at 1 p.m. EST again with some Mega Man. We're going to continue the Battle Network 5. Last time we played, Mega Man got stolen, and now we gotta find him again. So that's where we were in Mega Man. So if that interests you, if that's something you want to see, it's at 1 p.m. EST on Sunday. And if not, the next stream is gonna be on Monday at 7 p.m. EST again. So I can't wait to see you guys next time. And on that note, take care of yourself. Have a good night, and bye-bye.